Hello guys, welcome back. How's the day going? I hope it's great. Today we continue playing Genshin Impact, and I am not sure what we are doing today. I'll figure it out. Probably. Hey, hello Luke. How have you been? Nice to see you here. You are early, very early actually. Let's turn on the music and start the dailies. So, last week, even weekends, was a bit busy for me, and I'm not planning to just to hold another 5 or 6 hour stream today. It probably will be a shorter one, like 3-4, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe it still be a long one. Survived even though your uncle tried to kill you. Oh, that's sad. What happened? What's wrong with your uncle? I totally can relate to body malfunctioning though. My body is... I mean, not gonna lie, I feel like my body is trying its best to survive as long as possible. But well, it's not doing as good as I would love it to. But usually no like sudden stuff, just slowly dying as I should. Also, I almost... No, I think I did hit soft PT on a standard banner, and I'm like at 75 right now. So soon I should get the character from a standard banner. I hope it won't be Chi-Chi, and I hope it's not hard PT. I really hope. Injured a while back, it's mostly healed, but for some reason decides to stop working, and I'm tripping in the worst possible place. Oh, that sounds sad. How long have it been? I know one guy who also injured his ankle, but he actually had a really bad injury. They said it's gonna take him like 7 years to... Oh, I see, the last one. To heal, but the thing is, it wasn't his fault that he got injured. It was like some weird military activity in our school that they forced him. He's a like pretty fat guy, and they forced him to do some exercises on a height, which are... well, he's not supposed to do because he can fall and injure, and that's exactly what happened. The worst thing is that they completely denied their responsibility and ended up just giving him nothing. Just reminded me. I hope it's not as bad for you. It fascinates me how people get like scared and completely don't even feel guilty at all. That's the wrong teleport. What gets that injured mine like a month ago? Literally just hit ankle on the floor while running. Oh, I see. It shouldn't be anything too dangerous then, right? But well, I hope it heals soon. Although, I don't know, it must be pretty bad if you just randomly trip somewhere. I don't know, my only injury ever was on legs, was when I broke few toes. Also, interesting story. There was like... I forgot the word. There was like a fun fair held in the city, in town rather, where I live. And there were some contests. One of them including walking on a log. It's a weird thing, it's hard to explain if you don't know what it is, but you basically need to like walk on a long log, grab something in the end of it, and go back. And the problem is, well, it's hard to stay because Slock is pretty thin. And, well, I failed and I fell. I didn't actually even fall. I jumped down. And there was a bunch of... I don't actually remember the material exactly. There was something soft. So you don't injure yourself when you fall. But underneath that soft material, it was hollow in nature, not in buildings, so outside. They were supposed to clear it, but they didn't, and there were some rocks beneath the soft material. So I jumped down right on those rocks and broke 3 of my toes. Also, I was really young back then, but somehow my family and, well, I myself got no compensation from people who were responsible for this. Yeah. Somehow it just like this every time. This is worst injury in the whole life so far. That's not nothing too bad. Well, it's good then. A lot of people actually go through all their life without like breaking anything even once, and that's great. We're living in like, a rather safe world nowadays, so more often than not you're not supposed to get injured. If you do, it's either somebody being irresponsible, or well, just unfortunate series of events. Also happens. But yeah, I hope you are feeling better soon.
Time to go.
Be careful, not tripping, especially on stairs or something similar.
Time to go.
How do I get up? I don't see any currents. Do I really need to climb? Sure. Happened to ride horses and somehow worst injury was because of your own numbers in your own room. Well, I guess you're riding horses very good then. I only once, I think. Wow, those rocks gave me like 5 more thousand than usually. Interesting. I tried riding a horse once when I was like 9, I think. So more than 10 years ago. And so the thing is, I'm afraid of height. And it's pretty bad phobia. It's, well, a lot of people have it, and, well, it's pretty bad. And back then, when I was 9, horse is not very high, but when you are a kid, it is. I was so terrified. You can imagine that. I absolutely hated every second. And I lasted for like a minute maybe. And never again. Yeah, good job not getting injured while riding a horse. It's an interesting thing. I don't know how to explain it. It was always interesting, but I never found anything, I don't know, like catching in the horse riding. So the thing that looks cool, but I wouldn't want to do that. Which is rarely happens for me. I'm a very curious person, I need to do everything. It was kind of weird, but I think it was because of my childhood trauma.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
I was just so traumatized by that horse riding experience that I tried to do my best to not do it again. I've fallen off the horse over 10 times. Oh. Also could have gotten severely injured because a horse stepped on the food Saturday. Oh. Well, I don't know, I guess somewhat lucky to not get severely injured. Context to how is that I fell over because the horse stepped on the food, and it was a large horse, so it was stepped on top of me. Could have had to go to hospital. That's true. I mean, it depends on how how big horse is and how. Oh, I don't remember those things on the feet. Don't remember how those are called. What's their? You know, it's not about weight; it's about the pressure, right? So if a car just rides over your foot, you actually probably won't be injured, like severely, because the tire is pretty big. But it's kind of different with horses, so I'm not sure how bad it actually is. Don't mind the bit rushing a paragraph. Yeah, feel free to write anything with however long it is. I like reading stories. And I like talking to people as well. Especially talking to people when they're telling stories to you. False horse in the stable, that's how big it is. Well, pretty big then. But how were you injured, like, at all by that horse, or what happened? I really don't know. Like, it's hard for me. I'm so far away from horses. I have absolutely no idea how they work, how bad they can damage you. So yeah, like, I'm trying to imagine, but I might have completely wrong idea.
Next on the agenda.
There must be a lost monument somewhere. I don't see it. Oh, I see it now. Problem timber here. Was there in a boot that was a tad bit too big? Oh. So those were fine. A horse can kill you in one kick if you want to. The easiest way to explain. Yeah, but as I said, it's kind of different. You know, as I said, kicking and stepping are different things because, again, the same explanation as with car can just run you over and you will die immediately. But if it just rides on your foot, you'll probably be fine. Well, depends on the car, but it probably won't even break anything in most cases, just because of how big the tire is. But but the momentum from it going and from kicking, kind of different forces. I was going to change to Amber and I just completely blacked out. Here.
Outrider Amber.
Yeah, I guess horse can severely injure you even if it just steps on you, especially on your foot.
That's more like it.
I lost the fourth one. Where is the last one? I think I'm blind. Oh, like, man. Great. This is game exquisite chest instead of common again. Here she is.
Which opera?
True. I have some horse riding videos, actually could post them in Discord. Yeah, feel free to. I would love to take a look at that. Oh, that was the last one. Do you do it like professionally or just a hobby? Wondering. I lately see so many people do a lot of different stuff as a sport. Which I guess horse riding can be, right?
Thank you for completing today's commission.
Almost recent ones are from a couple weeks back to... So... Okay, and just a hobby. I see. Well, I hope you're enjoying it. I have a friend who was doing... He was swimming. As a hobby, but swimming on better level. He was like training to swim, but as a hobby. But eventually it grew into a professional path. He's not planning to become like a sport, to go in sports as a job. But for now, he's still, well, doing it and actually doing it pretty good. I have absolutely no idea how the titles sound like in English, or most of them are, but he is entitled. I also somehow met a guy who does chess, and also he's like, he's going to change his like, I don't know, lifestyle to work as soon as he graduates from university. But right now he is playing chess, and he's I don't know if you know chess titles, but he's like on the path to IM, International Master in chess. There are some requirements he needs to fulfill before getting title, and he's like most of the way there. I've been riding horses for about 5 years, it's for fun. Well, I've been playing games for like twice as long. But yeah, hobbies are always fun, and it doesn't really matter. Hobbies can be like completely different from person to person. Oh. My mind is just working at like 10% when I'm talking, and I completely forget what I was about to do. Yeah, let's go keep farming for that elemental mastery, goblet, or circlet. But as I said, I can't really imagine myself doing something like that. Again, it feels weird. I see people who are drawing for like 10 years, and I was, oh yeah, if even in the past I was into drawing as much as like I am now, I probably would have started and could have lasted for a while. People who are doing sports, and I was like, yeah, like swimming, yeah, I probably would do that as well. I don't know why. My only guess is it's a mental trauma. Also, tweets, you can check them. Yeah, I'll check them after, probably after the stream, unless it's too late. And I'll go instantly to sleep, so only maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I'll totally check them. Thank you for sharing. Interesting, I actually don't even need anything but Kazuha for this domain. It's a bit slower, but that's acceptable.
Now you're testing my patience.
Kazuha is slowly dying, but my level 0 Kakomi kinda heals something. No. It actually does take a while. Don't know if it's worth it.
Hold the line.
Was it less than 2 minutes? I guess it is. Can check them there. Okay. I'll make sure to. This thing Is there a chance that there is a Dandra character who needs defense and attack? No. Probably not. Might have gone crazy with DPS only and DPS 20. Yes, DPS only and DPS 20. That sounds terrifying. Wait, you mean crit rate, crit damage, both of them, right? Well, it's the only way to build DPS only, but I'm pretty sure Venti full elemental mastery deals more damage, if there is another element to swirl. Swirls deal a lot of damage, and Venti's ult procs it like really a lot. So you're building crit rate, crit damage, Venti. That's interesting. How does it work? Well, not how, but you know, is it working well for you? At certain point, I want to also start building some wacky teams and like builds that like they can work, but they are not meta. They are not greatest. But I just want to build all of my characters first, or most of them at least. So yeah, it's gonna take a while probably for me. 44,000 on E. Okay, that's completely normal, yeah. And 184,000 from Only Burst. That's a lot of damage. I still don't think you can build a team around only DPS, but you can totally do that with Venti. It's kinda sad that Archons can be main DPSs. Like, if you really want them, well, apart from Raiden. All the Archons are like supports, aren't they? Like, Venti is a Neo full supports element. Okay, yeah. Okay, game, okay. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, game. I'll take that. Geo is actually somewhat... It's just hard to build as DPS element, and yeah, he is a shielder. Raiden can deal damage, but Raiden shines as a support. Nahida also is like Dendro. Somehow all the elements that were released aren't the damaged elements, because it's Cryo, Pyro, and Hydro. Those that are the best main DPSs, because they can vaporize or melt. You use food though. Don't have the artifacts to not use food. Oh, for crit rate, crit damage, the Adepti thing. Actually, I never used the ult. I am stuck. Oh, I'm not anymore. I have so much food, and I'm using only the one that, well, restores your HP or stamina sometimes. What is such a useless mechanic in the game? I really wish they allowed us to use food in Abyss, because, well, first of all, it makes Abyss a bit easier, and it also makes food useful. Yeah. You can also use, well, food for damage per screenshot. Raiden is DPS though. Yeah, she is, but she's versatile. But up until the point when Dendra was released, Electro is just not the best element to build around, because it has no good elemental reactions. Right now you can build Aggravate or Hyperbloom, but before that it's always mono Electro. Elemental Mastery? better, but I'd say Raiden support is a lot better. Like, Raiden has a very strong E that increases the damage for all of your team's bursts, and she restores energy. And it's not as good in DPS team, because there you want your main DPS to deal as much damage as possible, but instead you're like not building team around Raiden, but you're building just a team, you know, kind of like Taser team. There is a character who, or Hyperbloom team with full elemental mastery. You like, you're building team around a main on-field DPS, but it's not the character that deals damage, not all the damage, you know.
Into the wind.
Gotcha.
Clouds high.
So Raiden hyper carry was. I'm dying. No, I'm dying.
A fresh maneuver. Alas,
Yep. Raiden hyper carry was Bennett,
One with wind and cloud.
Sarah, Kazuha, or another Naomore, and well, Raiden.
Time to go.
And you didn't really want there anybody to recharge ult, except for Bennett, but your Bennett probably has more than enough. If the foot makes do big PP damage, it's a big PP damage. Yeah, true. I never use that. I need to do like one big instance of damage. My biggest damage right now is okay. Well, let me defeat those guys, and I'll show you what I have in my hands. It's really not a lot, and what's even worse, it was dealt by the character that is not built very good.
One with wind and cloud.
That's not about how to OP Raiden National still is. Yeah, but as I said, National is. It's not Raiden. It's not Raiden team. Raiden just recharges everybody's ults, but it's them who deal damage. It's Shanling, it's Sinchu or Yelan now, and Raiden together them. It's team that synergizes. It's not a Raiden team. That's the point. Kind of like Hyperbloom. It's Hyperbloom that deals damage, not Raiden. And, you know, National was a team that could have been used without Raiden. Raiden just makes it her E, increases the damage from bursts, and her ult makes it easier to build a team. But National team existed before Raiden as well, right? So she's basically support there, I'd say. Okay, let me show you. It's somewhere here. I'm looking for numbers here. Near the completed. How far is that? I really wish they... Oh, they do have search. I don't know how it's called though. I need to remember. Oh, here it is. Purveyor of Punishment. It's a bit over 200,000. That 200,000 was dealt by my Eula. This Eula that, like, she doesn't seem too bad. She actually is completely terrible. Like, look first at this. She still has 4-star sands. This is not too bad, but you know, could have been much better. This is actually the only okay piece. This is meh. This is also okay-ish. Also could have been a lot better. But yeah. It was dealt by her. And in the main, I don't know, I don't remember the main. I think it was somewhere in Mondstadt. The main that has increased physical damage. Don't remember which one. But yeah, it was dealt there. But 75%. Yeah, and second, my Ganyu. My Ganyu is able to hit up until like 180, I think, in the best conditions. But it's Ganyu. Ganyu is not dealing insane amounts of damage. I'm pretty sure I can break 500,000. Maybe even more. And I need to do it eventually. In Abyss. Well, yeah. National is a E. Nation is OP everywhere, but the only place you need it in Abyss. Marion wasn't using food when she hit 208. Okay, what? My Raiden barely hits like 100,000 maybe. Friend, you wanna laugh at your Raiden? It's rose worthy. Well, I can look at that. My Raiden is... Well, my Raiden has my best... Okay, not this. Let's change it fast. This thing. Is this one? Oh, this is... Yeah, no. Where's my electro damage? Oh, here it is. This thing? I have completely terrible set, and it's my second best one, which is terrifying. This is my Raiden with 50 crit rate, 110 crit damage with some attack, and she's supposed to use this thing. This Raiden barely hits like 100,000. But it was just a unusual team with Bennett buff. Maybe in the better conditions she can hit more, but she's not on DPS build by any means. Your friend holds the title of strongest free-to-play Gunny from what I've seen. Oh, really? How do you determine which Gunny is better? Your Raiden has been roasted many times and I can take in a stride. Well, I'm not the roast kind of person, but you know, I can judge. Also need to change this to this. I hope Kazuha's on the right. I think he is. Yeah, he is on the right artifacts. My Gunny is fairly good. I've seen a lot of better Gunnys, but most of them were not free-to-play. I'm not completely free-to-play, but the only thing I'm buying is Welkin, which is not going on anything really. Only on characters. What am I supposed to do? Oh, condensed resin, right. How to determine the best Gunny? Way too much damage. Yeah, but with what? The second shot? I'm aiming for my Gunny to deal 30,000 without any buffs. Well, this is the team. So it has Pyro Resonance, but that's it, right? And I think she deals like 27 to Hilichurl, which is not supposed to have a lot of resistance. It's different enemies, but yeah. I usually just check with Hilichurl. Yeah, almost 28. I wanted to deal 30 at certain point. I can make it deal 30, but it will be less consistent. If I change this crit rate to this crit damage, which is not great. It's not very good, and I want my Gunny to consistently, with this team, she crits every time. Well, sometimes she misses crit, but it's only if character is affected by Pyro and gets affected again. So Cryo Resonance doesn't work. Usually it's not the case though. Yeah, with this I have way too little crit rate. Some people are okay with that, like, because you have 20 from her passive and 15 from Cryo Resonance, but if without Cryo Resonance you have only 60, and 60 is way too little. As long as my Gunny kills Hilichurls with a single shot, like with charge shot, I prefer consistency. Yeah, that's exactly the consistency I'm looking for. Yeah, 31.5. Did crit damage to Circlet. I consider my Ganya pretty good. She could be a lot better. If I get the Ama's bow, she'll actually receive a lot of stuff with Ama's bow because I have a lot of attack stats. All of attack stats, and that's pretty much it. Also, C1 will give her a lot more damage. Have dropped like a good 150 euros or how the year. Oh, wasn't too much, but yeah, it's far more than I have. Oh, that's right. And okay, let's take a look. I hope browser works. It does, great. I'm only buying Welk. I don't know how much I spent. I think like 40 bucks maybe. About that. Not a lot. Alright then. With catch with... Oh, that's a very low crit rate. I've already seen her, right? You're the only one using Elemental Mastery stance. Yeah, I'm sure, yeah, I have seen it. I can't forget this Trident. She has really low crit rate. I mean, she has decent attack percent. Well, overall attack. 2000 is something I would aim for. But yeah, crit damage. Oh, she has, okay, yeah. With attack percent, yeah, I guess I see.
So nice to de-stress.
She works as a support, but I wouldn't use her as anything else. Did spend 50 on the Venti ban, and now 50 on Kazu, and the rest have been Battle Pass on the Welkin. I mean, yeah, it's like if you want value, you're probably supposed to, well, first go to Welkin and then Battle Pass. Battle Pass gives you a lot of small rewards. That's the thing. Like, let me show. But yeah, I did see your account. I scrolled down in activity feed, and 4 days ago, yeah, so on last Genshin stream, I took a look at that. I remember you, Raiden. You can't forget Elemental Mastery sense. This Battle Pass gives you... like, it might feel not really worth it. It costs like 10 bucks, right? Or slightly more, I don't know. Or 10 euros or so, about like that. I don't know original prices. If you see what you get, exclusive rewards, right? You get 4 of these wishes, and you're getting 680 Prima Gems. That's not a lot for 10 bucks. But together that, you're getting a lot of books. You are getting a very good weapon. These weapons are one of the best in the game. They're only worse than some 5-star. They're really good. Like, if Catch is the best free-to-play weapon, 4-star weapon, these are totally taking next places. But yeah, it gives you insane amount of Mora, a lot of books. It gives it like 3 million, I think. Mora, maybe even more. A lot of ores, which I don't know. Who needs ores? I bought this once, and I claimed this Claymore, and my beta is using it, I think, right now. Also, a lot of fragile resins, but I mean, those are great, but you know, you probably get nothing anyway. Yeah, it's probably the second best thing to buy. It does a big PP damage though. Yeah, 25 crit rate. Every 4 hits she deals a lot of damage. I can believe that. She kind of looks like mine actually. They're just less crit rate. And slightly more crit damage. But mine doesn't deal a lot of damage. That's the problem. I mean, depends on what you consider a lot of damage. I can check actually to see how much she deals. What is the team to use?
What is the situation?
I don't have Sarah. Sarah would be the best probably, but I don't have her build. I can use her.
As the stars foretold.
I can use her and Bennett, I guess.
We'll succeed. I won't hold you back. Much.
I thought Sucrose is better than Kazuha because she can give Freeland Tails bonus. But if I have Mona, I don't need Freeland Tail bonus, right? Yeah, let's put Kazuha in.
Want me to come along?
Like this. Sure, let's try. Crit's more than Xiao. Crit is fake in the game. Is this the one I want to test it on? I don't know. Need ores 0. Take some of mine. I have 2,000. I don't know. It wasn't since half a year into the Genshin. I haven't encountered a single time I didn't have enough ores. I don't know. People actually need ores. I thought it's for everybody. Nobody needs those. I never farm ores. I haven't farmed them a single time in my life. And yet I have 2,000. I don't know why. Do people actually upgrade more weapons than I? I have like 3 lines of level 80 or level 90. Most of them are level 90. And 2,000 on top. And 2,000 ores on top. Almost 2,000. They're getting lower because I do a weekly thing that needs to craft 20, I think. So yeah, they're falling down slowly. I used to have almost 3,000. I stacked a lot of them because I sent an expedition for ores. But now I send only one person for ores. It's of course it's official. She probably spends the most time farming ores with Bow. So that's her. Oh no, actually I think I changed it. I don't remember. But yeah, used to have even more. Every 3 crits, now every 2 crits she goes above. Okay, maybe you have something actually in your team that helps you crit more. Raiden, Sunling, Kazuha, Bennett, and 4th one is either Zhongli or Sunling. That probably works.
Clear skies can do nothing.
That's not the most damage though, and I also don't have Zhongli. I've only recently started raising weapons, so I have none at this point. Where are your ores then?
You understand? So, demonstration is not required. Good.
I think you get a lot of ores every event, like hundreds, maybe even more. I really don't know where I got all my ores. Okay, I don't need his ult, right? I need to just to swirl Electra. Let's try.
Adventure time.
There is nothing really. How exactly do I swirl this thing? Okay, abort. We'll do it again. Should I swirl first and then, or should I ult further? I didn't know actually that Bennett's ult applies Pyro. I thought it just stays there. I mean, no ores? Well, the Mystic ores, right? These ones. Where are they? Where are they? You know, those that you use to upgrade weapons. Are they here? Oh, they are. Yeah. I also used to have a lot of these things. Or maybe, you know what? Do you explore a lot? Because you get a lot of these from chests and, well, up until Sumeru, I almost 100% everything. My Mondstadt is cleared, my Liu is cleared, except for Chasm. But they are at like 90. And I haven't done treasure hunting yet. In Inazuma, some of them are 100, some of them are not. Again, I haven't done treasure hunting here yet, so they're not completed. And yeah, Sumeru is in progress. Maybe because of that.
Illusion shattered.
Yeah, let's try it.
Let's light it up. Yeah. Everybody stand back. Fate is upon you. Now you shall perish.
That was underwhelming. I mean, 190. I didn't see her circle was full, but it should be somewhat full. I don't know. My Raiden doesn't deal a lot of damage. 190. Yeah, I have none of those type of wars. Well, the only explanation for me is maybe exploring. Not enough exploring. Or in a sense, I have no material since I'm too lazy to farm. You know what? I've never farmed ores. That's what I said. Already said. The usual ores, the blue chunks, you know, those. To craft mystical ores from those. It's very dumb. I never felt the need to. And I also didn't like doing that. I mean, I had planned start doing this as a daily routine, but then nah. I would rather farm every elite enemy out there than farm ores, really. It's at least somewhat fun, and it gives you sometimes artifacts, more experience if you need those. You know. Trying to do dailies, but other keys to annoy me. Wait, what? Trying to do my dailies, but that K to annoy me. K, oh, well. What can I say? Sucks to be you, I guess. I mean, it happened to me a lot earlier in my life. A good thing I live alone now. Somehow, my family consists of very extroverted people, and they always like need to talk to me. They always need to come check, and I like, just give me some freedom, please. I don't need any of those, not now. And because of they were basically forcing their, what the hell is that quest? They were basically forcing interaction with them. I didn't want to do it at all. That's how I basically, well, how do I put it? Never really got along with them, I'd say. We're not like in a bad relationship, we are just not very close. He has taken a bed. Why? Do you have your own room and he like just... you know what? I've never been in that situation. The only person that comes to my room and takes my bed is my cat, and I have really nothing against that. So...
Time to go.
I don't know. Go take his? Maybe that'll work? Make him jealous that you have his bed and he'll go back. I don't know. I'm actually happy that my mom is on the business trip right now. Yes, he even has the studio for him and comes here. I know, he probably feels lonely. As I said, I had similar thing. And, well, I know where you live, but people living in, like, in a flat, an apartment, whatever is closer to your language, they have pretty small, right? And, like, they have their room, if they have their own room, they have their room very close to parents, and I live in a pretty big house, and my room is all the way back on the second floor, and they still used to come all the way from the first floor to the second to my room just to be with me. And like, why? I guess our parents grew in different times. Or maybe they think you need it. Or maybe they just enjoy it and they don't really care what you need. Why won't he go to your brother though? I don't know. I have interest in over. You can go to your brother, and he'll probably come there.
Just in time. Any later
And then leave.
Down here is a pile of pulp. And I don't think there'd be much left of the fruit either.
I don't know, it works with my cats. When I go to kitchen, they just stay there.
Delay this delivery any longer.
Maybe.
Goodbye.
Will work here as well.
Bye, Laserfest. Thanks to you too, kiddo.
Maybe you're funnier to observe, you know? I just imagine coming and looking how you act.
Enemy following.
Enemy? I think we're a little closer than that.
Oh, Rosaria. I mean, if an actual advice,
On
it's
some level, you could even say that we're
if you're
brothers.
really uncomfortable with that, and it happens like often, it's better to talk about it. That's basically what I did. The only thing, like, right now I'm living alone, but I live in the same town as my grandma, and it's insanely hard to tell her that I don't want
Barca taught you how to
her
use
to
that
be here
sword.
every day. Like, I need my personal life, I need my personal space, I don't want her to come here every day. It took, I told her so many times, and my mom told her as well, and
I see you're not much of a talker.
like,
Well, there's something else you could learn.
it's the only thing I can do, but it's like slowly but surely making some progress,
It'd be good
so I'm
conversation.
sure it might help you as well.
Just a shame we have no idea when I'll be back.
It's okay. I will wait.
I'm apparently not allowed to have a break from school stuff. I heard that a lot of people experience that as well. Well, I don't know, good luck, I guess. I never had this similar problem. The thing is, I was
Don't you think?
a straight A student in the school, and my parents never cared about how I was doing. I mean, they never cared about my grades because they were always, well, perfect. Or almost perfect, you know? Up until very, very late years of the school.
Oh, I almost forgot.
So yeah,
You have a brother.
nobody made me do my homework and stuff because I was doing this myself and pretty fast, so can't relate.
Huh. So you're helping him dig up some info on his biological parents. And trying to help him build a concept of family.
Actually, don't know. From what I've heard, I have friends who were studying with me in the school, or, well, just, you know, of the same age that were in school when I was studying there as well. And they used to say that they had similar problem. And I actually don't understand. People, like, some parents, or I'd say most parents, are so focused on how well their child like studies, which kind of makes absolutely no sense. Grades don't matter at all. Like, it feels like they don't understand. It is somewhat important because you're basically gaining the basic knowledge of how to learn, which is very important in your life.
All right, you got me.
But certain things in the subjects you're studying don't matter that much. And because people don't really realize that, they think grades are more important than the child's mental. And because of that, they, well, lead to certain behavior.
It's more important to focus on the
Finally, my dad left. The reason I don't study is because my parents tell me to study. Oh, well, here I so feel you. Whenever, like, if I'm already want to do something, or like, you know, like I just want to do it later maybe, and they come and tell me to do something, I like, hell no.
So let's say you do find out who your parents
If
were and
you are forcing your
or the opposite,
thoughts upon me,
monsters.
I will not do that.
What then?
This idea is no longer mine. I don't like
How
it.
does that affect your life choice?
It's a weird psychological thing, but yeah, it happens to everybody.
Rosaria's take is a little on the nose. That's a hard one.
Just kills all motivation. Yeah, as I said, not my idea. I don't like it anymore.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying
Even
to
though
make
you are
this
not
more
against it,
difficult
it
than
just
already is.
works like that.
But raising
Damn it,
children
internet.
has them confused right now.
Not allowed to
The
enjoy
other
even a
ones
moment without
were too
internet
stubborn
acting
and
up.
right to tell it like it really is. The sun nurtures many good things, but it can't do anything about
Yeah,
the problems.
I don't know. I'm actually surprised. As I said, I'm living in a town. It's not a big... It's not like
All right, I'll leave it
a
there.
countryside, but it's not a city yet. It has like 100,000 people living in
Just
here.
like me.
But I'm surprised that I have a good internet because, as I said, I don't live in a flat. I live in a house, so it's harder for them to provide me internet. And I'm surprised that internet I have works pretty good. Like, the only thing that happens is, well, it just disappears completely for like few hours once in several months maybe, just because they have some problems on their side. And actually, you wasn't here when I was telling the story. Well, I'll tell it short. There were construction going outside right outside of my house. People were building a road, I think, or rebuilding road, and they managed to damage my internet cable that was really high in air. I don't know how they managed to do it, and what's worse, they didn't even tell me. They just left it hanging there. And I spent like a month, almost 2 days, waiting for, well, workers from my internet provider to come here and, well, find the problem. So I was, well, living without internet for 2 days because of that. Kinda sucks. Today is not a good day, other than the fact that I didn't freak out on the English exam. Well, everyone has ups and downs. Maybe tomorrow will be a better one. English exams. Reminds me of my English classes. Well, as you might know, or hear, or I don't notice, it's not my main language. And I used to learn it, and learn it a lot. And I was taking courses outside of school. And because of that, I was like genius in English in school. But my English in my school, you're supposed to graduate with, if you know levels of English, with A2 or B1, somewhere in between. It's such low level. A2 is such a low level for 11 years of studying. What the hell? Or 10 rather, because I started studying English only in 2nd grade.
Okay.
But yeah, when I graduated, I
will come with you.
I was like with B2 C1 level. Right now I don't know. When I stopped studying, I was C1. I don't know, C2 is a very hard target to hit. I might have it, I might not. I don't really care. I never took exam after that, so don't really need it. I don't care as much, really. We shall hope. Well, it's important to remember that, well, there always will be ups and downs. The thing is, it just reminds me. Relatively recently, I started a YouTube channel where I do like videos and short videos about Genshin, and it was performing really good lately, very good, and I am very happy about it. The thing is, there are always also ups and downs, and like I see how it's growing in views, in subscribers, and like, oh yeah, it's so great, and then there is a small pit when it just goes down, and I'm getting sad, and then it's again goes up, and I'm again happy, and like it's just emotional roller coaster. I can't control it. I'm trying to just accept it, and there will be good days or even like videos, weeks, and the bad ones, but I still can't. Started learning English in 3rd grade. Now those poor kids have to learn it in 1st grade before they can even write proper
We're just
English.
talking about Razor's situation. Where were we? Ah, yes.
Poor kids, I guess. I mean, they also need to take math classes before they...
Supposed to be,
Some of them can't even read.
but what kind of ingredient is a barrel?
I don't know how it is in your country, but in mine, a lot of people who just go to school... Actually, what's the age people attend school in your country? I know it's like 5 years in US, it's 7 here, so it depends. But yeah, some people can't really read properly in 7 years, which was very interesting.
I've already tasked someone with sorting it out. The person is very conscientious and wants to properly research their contribution. So
I still remember how people used to read like
as for the barrel,
50 words per minute, and like, heck, I type faster than you read, what the hell?
not in the giant cooking pot at Dada Upa Gorge.
How can you not read? I mean, 50 in 1st grade is okay, but when it happens in like 6th grade, that's suspicious. How are you reading so slow? I don't know. I read like 150 at 2nd grade, and only went up. I read pretty fast, if I need to. But I, well, miss like half of the info if I'm reading at my fastest pace, maybe even more.
But I haven't been back there in a long time.
And Finnish is said to be one of the world's most difficult languages for foreigners. Feels bad for them. We start school at 6, 7 years old. Yeah, the same as... maybe... I have absolutely no idea how Finnish is. I saw a lot of languages, but Finnish is just not one of them. I'm pretty sure Chinese is harder. Chinese has absolutely no rules. I mean, some, but not a lot of them. But because of it, there's no alphabet as far as I know. So you kind of need to learn each word, and there are a lot of words. I can for surely say, from those languages I saw, English is certainly one of the easiest ones to learn.
Alright, I'll head out right away.
Nobody tells you how you are supposed to learn languages. That's why it takes a lot of time for, well, people. I'm pretty sure now, with my knowledge, if I started learning from the beginning and I didn't know anything about English, I would be able to reach my current level in like 2 years. Whereas it took me almost 8 in the first attempt. Still an extremely slow reader. Really? Can you estimate your read speed? I'd say mine is... I don't know. It really depends. It depends on the type of the text. It depends on how text is positioned, but I'd say it's definitely more than 200 per minute, and it goes up to like 3, sometimes even more. It really depends. If I'm reading something for just myself, it's usually about 100-150 words per minute. But if I'm going for a result, it goes all the way up to 300. About twice faster than, well, my regular speed.
How about you keep Kaya company while I stay here and help Razor
Even Google cannot translate good Finnish, but yeah, Chinese, Japanese, those are more... No, actually, Japanese is different from Chinese. Japanese has alphabet and has a lot of rules. Japanese is not hard to learn to speak, but it's pretty hard to learn to write.
I don't know what is right.
I used to learn Japanese for like 2 years. I had not the greatest teachers, really. The second year of learning Japanese, almost a whole year. It was like 8 months, I think, maybe 9. I used to have a teacher that it feels like I was the first student of that woman. And she teaches terribly. Yeah, but first year was okay. I learned a lot. I forgot like 90% of it by now. I wouldn't say Japanese is too hard. It's just a usual language. It's built different because of alphabet. It's not a single letter. It's like 2 letters, like a non-vowel and a vowel usually. I really don't know that word in English, but you know, 2 letters, and there are like 35 different letters in alphabet. But other than that, like rules on how you construct a sentence and, you know, operate words, it's fairly easy to get. Okay, but don't know what's slower than average. What's average though? I have no idea. I know that a lot of people I know read pretty slow compared to me, but I really don't know average. Maybe I'm average and they're just slow. Maybe I am below average and they're just super slow. Meme type suggestions, Finnish language memes. Finnish language memes sound completely terrifying. I don't know why. I'm afraid of stuff I don't understand. Great question, what's average? Yeah, you see, as I said, you can estimate it really differently. Like, my average speed, my usual speed with what I read is 100-150, but it's not my fastest speed. It's just the speed I'm comfortable with. So how do you control your speed? Are you supposed to like read the text and be able to tell exactly what happened in that text? If so, I probably won't be able to go in my high speed. If you need to tell the general idea, yeah, I will be able. What I do know though, my typing speed is relatively slow. Well, that's what I just feel from seeing other people type in the internet. Everybody seems to type very fast, and I used to think that I am pretty fast because I'm typing at 60 words per minute, I think, in both Russian and English. My friends type all the way down to 20 to 30 words per minute. So I'm relatively slow compared to them, but I saw people typing like over 100 easily, a lot of them, and somebody like even more, and I'm like 50% slower than them. Please try to learn the Finnish language. There is no way. Okay, what is that? Len, Tokone, Sui, Kuturun, Bini, Moto. Is that one word? Motoriapu mekanik Quali Apsirioptilas. That's a very long word. Is that the name of something? Sounds like a name of a city.
Is a universal custom, common to all the cultures of Teyvat.
Actually doing that.
The point is one that you've already raised yourself.
It's a title of what?
Divine Lacerfest. To celebrate this long-awaited
Or of
festival,
who,
the acting
if so?
Grandmaster has been coordinating with both the church
There are a
and
lot
the
of
adventurers
long words.
to
How-
host a series of events.
Can you tell me how many letters are there?
Given the financial situation of the Knights of Favonius.
It feels like a so longer words in our languages, but yeah. I mean, longer
What?
words that are not names of anything or
To be
titles.
so cool. Even I'm not
It's just a
going to
very
take it.
weird.
Everyone's just doing the best they can for Mondstadt.
No. It was a name of some
I can't remember the last time I
Of some
tasted
chemical
one
element, I
Divine
think.
Lacerfest
or not
special.
element.
I'm sure
I
the
don't
Mondstadt
know.
populace would echo this sentiment. Are you
It's
going
been
to
so
deny
long
others
since I
the
last
opportunity
wondered
to drink to their heart's
what is
content
the longest
just
word in
because
my
you don't
language.
like to drink yourself?
Check it out. Kaya's not
You know,
asking for freebies. He's actually doing it.
breaking it up a little bit doesn't help at all. If only I could read
Speaking of the Knights,
any part of it. Well, I can read Ali.
You'll rejoin our ranks again one day.
Opilas I can probably read.
One big happy family again. If we were able to enjoy the sterling reputation of Master D,
Some of the
my,
connections in the words seem very weird.
all the way to Falcon
Something you
Crest.
won't see in English.
Give that silver tongue of yours a rest. You might need it.
Actually,
to
there's only
maintain
one.
Public order at the festival.
Tuhki.
Duly noted.
How do you
on the
pronounce
financial
that?
issues you raised.
Everything
I'll
else
have Elder
seems
follow up with her
okay.
for
Like
more
I can
detail.
probably.
And I
Probably
just so
wrong, but
happen
read
to
at
have a
least.
batch of wine that I can offer as a
Translation
token
from
of
Google:
appreciation
aircraft,
to
jet,
everyone
turbine,
that has been working so
auxiliary,
hard for
mechanic,
that.
sub, officer, student. Oh yeah, that totally makes sense.
You personally?
That would be an absurd request, even for me. The
Oh,
words,
exactly.
compliments from
How
the
finish.
winery ought never be
I used to
perceived
work
by
as a
true
translator
cavalry captain. Is that not
for
the
a bit like a
only
freelance translator,
You're better
and
informed than I thought.
I
In that
did
case,
use, not a lot, but I did use Google Translator, mostly as a dictionary, but sometimes when I can't think of a phrase, I used it, and not gonna lie, Google Translator is really good nowadays. It's really good. Like, it can't translate the whole text, but if you want a certain phrase or a certain, even some sentence sometimes,
Divine Lacerfest too?
it can translate it really perfectly. So as long as it's not full Google Translate, it usually is able to like produce something good. So if it really messes up with Finnish, I guess Finnish is very hard.
And he's still looking for his father.
Finnish is weird from a native
Master
Finnish
Diluc,
speaker.
We really ought to lend him a
How
hand.
how exactly would you describe the weirdness?
For his mom,
Is it like the meanings are different,
for his dad.
or it
Might
just
make more sense to them, but
how
it's
words
still
are constructed
confusing
make
to
little
everyone
sense,
else.
or rules are not consistent, pronunciation like phonetics are not consistent?
It's a little old,
Phonetics not being consistent is a thing in English though.
You could leave it next to a
Like
flaming
you can
fire
you see
and there
A
wouldn't be a scratch.
in the certain
That
word
would satisfy your needs.
like in same conditions and it's pronounced differently.
I'll have
Or
someone deliver it to the
you see,
festival market.
you know that famous thing how you pronounce GIF or GIF, right?
You always make things
I pronounce it
so
GIF, but it's because I'm Russian and
Thanks a lot. Razor will
I have
appreciate
G as G in our language, so I'm used to pronounce it as
What
GIF.
friends do.
Wonderful.
But
Always eager to help.
there are so many
Never
different
forgets to return a favor.
words that start
That's
with
the
G
Master Diluc I know.
that both sound as
Dinner time.
G and as
Care
G.
to stay for a meal?
That's
How time flies.
the one
I'll
thing
be on my way
that's
then.
weird about English. Nothing makes sense. Take example Kusupala
Taking a
meme.
trip home during
Yeah,
festival season is a universal custom.
What is Kusupala
common to
meme?
all the cultures up to that. Now that
have a lot of
Master
doubles.
Diluc has made an offer,
Doubled
are
vowels.
you
That
quite sure you won't stay for a meal after coming all this way, Master?
is that
Diluc?
how
I couldn't
Finnish
possibly
mark
mind.
long vowel with double?
Don't say that. How often do I get a chance
Kusupala.
to indulge my dear Master Kaya, Tea for the cavalry captain when you visit in an official
You don't see that a lot
capacity doesn't count.
in our
I
languages,
only
really.
spoil you if you let me
There is a weird thing in Japanese though. They literally use dash as
What happened to your
dash
sweater?
in
Lost for words?
katakana
D-Luke.
to mark long vowels, and they use.
Surely you wouldn't dream of disappointing Adelant.
Oh no, they do use double, but they have vowels in their alphabet, and they have a non-vowel with vowel, so they just put another vowel after that. So it's basically double, but it looks different
All right, then.
on paper.
Take you up on the offer.
And it's in Russian, I don't think, yeah,
Adelant,
you would
one
ever.
more
I
set
mean,
of
maybe
cup
somewhere,
please, if
but
you'd
it's
be so
mostly when you just connect different words that just happen to end and start at the same.
Adeline's cooking's amazing.
One word ends with certain letter, and another word that connects to it starts at the same exact letter. Does it make sense? I hope. Post the meme in Discord.
Glad you
Okay.
liked it. You're welcome to join
Is my
again
Discord even
anytime.
open? Oh, it is.
Oh? Then I may have to tag along on the traveler's adventures more
Lusopala,
often.
the spruce is on fire. The spruce returns. The number 6 is on fire. Number 6 returns.
All right. Now
6 of them are on fire. 6 of them return. Your moon is on. Okay, yeah. Your moon returns. So just, I guess your words just mean a lot of have a lot of different meanings.
We should get going as well.
I mean, that's not too different in other languages. It just depends how often it happens.
Indeed. Goodbye.
You know, literally in English you can make a sentence with like green, 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 and it will make sense if you translate it. But it's just the word green, because it can be adjective. It can be. I really forgot all the words in English. A verb, adjective, verb, and the third one as well. Yeah. So in certain condition, it may be the thing. It depends on how often it happens overall. I really need to wait for 2 days. Okay, sure. Day after tomorrow. Interesting. Yeah, finish is fun when you can laugh at it. Finish is fun when you know it. At some point I was thinking about maybe learning more languages, but like it really takes a lot of time. I'm not sure. It's fun and all, but I don't have enough courage to do that. But Finnish wouldn't probably be up on my, like, somewhere on top of my list to learn languages. First of all, I wanted to learn Japanese, but then I was thinking about either Korean or French. It's like top of my list. Then something else, you know, also something popular. Maybe Spanish, Italian, such things. Never really even considered Finnish. Language just sounds fun. When I heard like random songs, that's basically the only place I heard Finnish.
Next on the agenda.
But yeah, other than that, no. Literally expect myself to fail Finnish exams since I already have to learn English and Swedish. Well, I don't know, good luck with that. Learning languages is hard, even if it's your native one. Because you know your language,
Paimon, please stop her.
but you don't know like every rule. You just know how to speak it. That's what I meant by it's easy to learn how to speak Japanese, but not to know language.
The wine ingredients used together. But when she heard that Razor will be showing up, she insisted that she won't spend a moment longer here than she has
And
to.
these two usually don't appear together,
I'm not good at
or
dealing with
like at all.
strangers. Anyway, as long as the ingredient gets into the right hands, that's all that matters.
You hate Swedish? Do you really need to learn 2 foreign languages? Why so?
Together. I can't take credit for what you did.
How does it work? I only learned, well, 1 foreign and 1 mine, and I could choose which foreign language to learn. It was either
Yes, it's a
German,
practical
because I can't pronounce the other. Douche, I don't know. Or English, and I chose English.
Quadruple sweetness?
I actually chose English because I already knew English, and I knew that it would be an easy thing to do.
I love the scent of wine.
Yes, you have to learn Swedish because 5% of the population speak it. Oh, do you mean it's like secondary language of your nation? Is this how it works?
In an attempt to select the most suitable ingredients,
I thought in Europe almost all of the countries that have secondary language have English as secondary language.
I also factored in the differences between the same
Huh.
ingredient grown in different
Interesting.
locations. For instance,
Just tell them to teach those 5% of population to speak
more than those at Cape
Finnish, no? I feel like it would be easier. Or do they like preserve their tradition, their roots?
just might
Is that how it
be
works?
native Favonius. The chance to source the Defender's will on behalf of the Knights of Favonius is a huge honor for me.
Blame King Gustav Vasa.
But Paimon thinks it could be because
Kings are
of Lisa's
always to blame.
brainwashing.
That's weird.
Anyway,
There are people
I
for
was
and
told that my
against
evaluation would be
just,
subject
you know,
to the
choosing
Defenders
some
I were
like,
involved.
primary language,
I ran
and
into Sucrose the other day on
there's
her way
such
out of
thing,
town.
I think it's called globalization, where all the world goes towards having,
Sucrose?
you know, single language, single
Why I left the lab that day. I was
like
supposed to
money,
finish some lab equipment we
you know.
imported recently.
Oh.
There are people who want to preserve traditions and individuality of each country, but actually stand strongly for just, well, uniting and being like a single society. Wouldn't it be so much easier?
It's my fault.
Like,
really.
it might sound weird, but I literally don't care about what happened in the past, about history, like about traditions. I don't know why people care about it so much.
Anyway,
They just have different values, I guess, but I never could understand them.
research. I showed her my list, and she made some
I-
extremely valuable suggestions.
I only care about what happened in my past, like within my lifespan,
To compliment me.
like, and
Of the whole situation.
you know, I'm really hesitant to make any changes, significant changes to my life,
Even though she
but it's
never
in
even met
to
me
my
before.
life. It's what happened in the last like 20 something years.
Identified were perfect
Everything before that, I literally don't care.
in my opinion. What we needed was a fruit high
Don't
in
remember
sugar
his full name.
and easily fermentable.
There is more? I thought
After a
just
final
two.
look at Noel's list, I picked
Do
this
you have, wait, do you have middle name?
cider lake
That's not a thing in
analysis
my language.
with a view to improving it. Using
You know,
biochemical
we have
techniques,
such thing that's
we
called
were able to
patronymic.
amplify the sweetness.
That's basically a name of your
Testing
father.
all the results against the benchmarks.
Interesting
Watching
phenomenon,
Sucrose work on an experiment
which
within the zone
not a
made me
lot of countries have,
Focus and
but it's a usual thing in our. But middle
I
name,
already said don't compliment
it's kind of the same thing as middle name, but
The
it's
result of our research
it does not preserve your family name.
Tetrasweets and
It just has the name of your father, basically.
it's finally ready.
Why? No
The
idea.
sweetness has been
To track
verified
your,
by rigorous testing.
I don't know, family tree.
Size and color are both optimal too.
If there is one thing I liked about Russia's history is that they did for Finland in
Unfortunately, it
yes,
does appear
there.
some of the
I
research still under the
absolutely
current
have no idea what they did,
but
but
as long as we have enough for racing,
I don't know, maybe something good. I forgot my history as soon as I graduated. I know some big events, but other than that, as I said, I really don't care what happened in the
there's
past.
something else I'd like to share
It plays absolutely no role in my life.
I was
And
one of
like,
the best
why do I
at
need to
dealing
know
with
it?
other people, but my
Do not
parents
make
always
past
made
mistakes.
suggestions
Yeah, I'm like not building
They said
country.
to me, "You need to be more sociable,"
I'm
or anything
Pretty
like
sure I won't make mistakes by provoking wrong enemy.
I'm well aware that I'm one of the lucky
Swedish
ones.
king have weird names. Isn't that just the same for everybody?
Tend to
It
imagine
just
what it must have
names
been
of the
like.
past, no?
So, I don't know how much it will mean coming from me.
Like
but
Russian kings also had
I truly hope he can
weird
find
names that
happiness
nobody's
and spend
using
his life
nowadays.
doing what he loves.
Society evolves, names change. If they really have a weird name,
Sorry, I
that means
invited
nobody
your
else had the
teacher
similar
forgot
name.
about the time.
when they were alive,
And talking.
which is probably not the case. Maybe back then it was a usual name. Maybe in 200 years, people will think our names are weird.
Where did Sucrose go?
Maybe even sooner. Because people who used to live like 100 years ago,
Hello, I'm Noelle.
also some weird names were popular. They're not like, super weird, some people still have them, but
Here's our
it's
ingredients
just
for you.
not that popular anymore.
I can't take full credit for it. I had help from an alchemist, but right now, she,
It's kind of weird how
Right, yes.
popularity changes. I don't know why exactly. Well, some names appear
Smells like potion, nectar,
Well,
and
as a result of
crystal.
certain event or a certain person. And that makes sense. They gain popularity because the person or event is popular.
Is sweeter than ones I have smelled
But
before.
others,
Clee said
I don't know.
alcohol is
There is some
amazing.
kind of fashion in naming people. I'm not sure how exactly that works, but there must be an explanation.
Thank you all. When
Maybe
she
also
has
like
time,
state of
I
society
want to
somehow
thank her
affects it. Really.
That to me.
Languages
You're able to
are
persuade her to,
very weird.
to not work so hard all the time, so that I can introduce you to each other.
Okay, I will wait.
Alright, now that we have all the ingredients,
These dialogues are so long.
we'll need a barrel, which if
We are
Paimon remembers
still making wine.
for us at the Angel Share stand.
Great.
Bye, Noelle. We're gonna head out.
Bye, Noel.
Good luck with everything. See you next time.
Poor Noel, providing us ingredients or helping us gather ingredients, but can't try it herself. Never understood why people like drinking alcohol that much. I'm not a big of a drink. I actually never drink except for, you know, the company when everybody's drinking. Like, yeah, you know, like to be as part of the company, yeah, sure. But other than that, I don't really see any effects of alcohol when I'm drinking. So, a weird thing. Weird phenomenon. People are drinking, having fun, are like, yeah, like, sure. And the most famous alcoholic drink is the most popular and famous, oh, maybe famous as well, is beer. And I absolutely hate the taste of beer. Russians in 908, they defeated Sweden and made Finland an anonymous Grand Duchy. Oh. Oh, I didn't even know about that. Huh. Interesting. You see the thing? History that we study in schools, they mostly cover... Is that the first time we see Diona in the game? Oh, yeah. Continue with history. Just... I'll end shortly. They mostly cover something that happened within country, or some very, very famous world events like world wars, you know. So we actually learned little to nothing to outside world, even if Russia participated somewhere. So I think we actually never learned about this. Well, cool, I guess. Well, to find notebooks, so it took a while. Actually, just looked up notes. Couldn't you just Google it? Recently, I tried to... I used Diona in some of my videos, and it was so hard to find... Well, not too hard, but still pretty hard to find footage of her, because she only has her demo video, and it's pretty short and not a lot of things you can use from there. But now there's a cutscene of her. Well, somewhat of a cutscene.
So, this bright idea was a brainchild of you two? How could you?
What happened?
Razor is Daddy's friend, and he was a good influence, right up until you
Ah.
got interested in wine.
Okay, now. Okay, chill. Chill, Leona.
Razor,
We know you want to destroy wine industry.
one of those old
There's also her Hangout, yeah, but in Hangout,
I don't understand.
you can take something from there. But first of all, I haven't finished her Hangout,
Flyers here.
so to take something from there, I need to either download a 30-minute video from somebody else's YouTube channel, and if to do everything properly, I need to ask them to use the footage, which I usually don't, because it's it's too bothering. There is little to no way to talk to those people, and it'll take a while to get the response, and there's almost no way for them to tell it's their footage. So. But yeah, the main problem is that it's 30 minutes, and my video editor takes a while to analyze. I'd say 30-minute video to let me work with it. Then it prefers smaller videos. So yeah. And my hangout isn't finished, isn't even started, so I can just jump into certain point to, well, get a footage.
Okay.
Turns out the look would gladly help the owner destroy the wine industry. Wait, really? Why?
It sounds like Klee left out a
Isn't
few
Diluc
words
like the
so
biggest
I'll
wine?
set the record straight.
I don't know. Dealer in Mondstadt?
You're saying
He is,
Razor
right?
wants to make the
He even
same
owns
wine
wine.
his mother and father
Stone
was?
Winery.
So he can learn more about them? You better not be making this up to try to pull the wool over my eyes.
It's kind of fascinating how confident Diana is. She's a child, right? She doesn't just look like a child. She literally is. And she's so confident, like compared to something as reckless and as not thinking about anything as Klee. Diana is, yeah, gives completely different vibes. I really want to see Klee's mother, and not gonna lie, I anticipate her to be the same exactly as Klee, just the small, because she's gonna be an elf, and there is a chance that they are not really growing. Maybe she'll be an adult elf though. We'll see. I'm okay with both.
Sorry, Diona.
Hey, Viresport, hello! I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
So,
It's been a while. It's been since I
or can you help Razor make the wine?
streamed Dark Souls, I think?
Fish for us to eat?
What? It's been several months for sure.
If you want.
How are you?
I wasn't that angry.
He doesn't like alcohol, he prefers grape juice. Yeah, grape juice. But the thing is,
I just don't want Razor being led astray. That's
he
all.
just doesn't like it. It doesn't mean he hates it as a product. He doesn't want to drink it. But he's okay selling it, no?
Well, since none of you plan on drinking,
How to type? I am then always. How to speak? How? I've been mostly looking while you've been playing Genshin. Oh, really? Oh, good to hear.
But I need you to know that I'm
There's actually a thing
not a
where I can see everybody in the chat, but I'm not using it because I need to manage everything on my one screen,
That's fine.
and it just doesn't fit there.
About how it'll turn out.
I need to buy a second screen.
Fiona is the best.
Hey, also, do you play Genshin yourself, Wirespot?
Bunch of
Genshin has a very big
Now watch
audience,
this.
but there's still a lot of people. It actually surprised me. I thought Genshin is super popular. A lot of people know about it, but not as many people play it.
We wait for a windier day.
He's trying to stream, forgets how to speak.
Exposed to the wind?
Literally, yeah, that's the same as I feel.
Very windy.
Yep.
But it's not really when I stream, it's always. And it's not limited to English. Sometimes I just leave or talk to somebody and I just forget how to talk. Anyway.
I won't be joining
Fatal error,
I'll play
please.
some other time.
Please reboot to proceed. I don't know, my mind just stops working. Literally, I'm literally stuttering. Error. Rebooting. No, and I also won't find it particularly interesting, hence lurking. Oh, I see. But you seem to have a completion streak. You tend to 100% each game you stream. No, I mean, yeah, but not really. Look, the thing is, I I play Genshin a lot. I'm not... the reason why I'm streaming it mainly now, because, well, I mentioned them in the Discord, but I don't think you're there, right? I really struggle with growing, and for a whole month, little to nobody actually was coming to the stream, and I needed to choose a game to mainly stream, and I realized that Genshin is the game I enjoy, and I play off stream like almost every day, and I also wanted to grow somewhere outside of the Twitch, because Twitch has a lot of problems with, you know, showing small streamers to audience. So now I'm making content about Genshin on YouTube and streaming Genshin 3 out of 4 days. I stream per week. I found it working. I mean, it works better. It's still hard for people to find me in, well, Genshin tab, but it's working better than just random variety games. Uncle Luke, I need it before I start. Oh yeah, have a great meal and enjoy looking. Thank you for hanging out.
You here? Don't get bored. What are you doing here? Well,
So yeah, that's basically it. I enjoy variety. I enjoy playing Genshin. I enjoy playing random games. It just, if I wanted to at least somewhat grow, I had to pick something. You can't just start as a variety streamer and, well, go on. It's too hard. I tried making like clips of me playing games, of like showing something there. It somewhat works, but it's very inconsistent, and it barely, well, barely shows to anyone.
Do you still remember the scent of that half bottle of Thousand Wind wine?
So yeah, kind of like this. I still do play every Friday though, variety games. For the people who came here not for Genshin, and, you know, even for those who came here for Genshin, but also enjoy other games as well. I also save some time a day. Now instead of grinding Genshin, I can stream and grind it. Isn't that better?
People add them to the mix at the last second as a way of capturing the wind in the very moment that the barrel is sealed. The memory of that moment is then...
It's definitely the dilemma between picking games that you enjoy, current viewers enjoy, are popular, and attract other viewers. Yeah, it's a big struggle. I was thinking a lot about the game, and I was thinking about picking something that I can, well, again, main just play more,
As for why it always has a different scent,
but also,
that's
you know,
people have the
have some people watching that game and not a lot of channels. There are some games, but I actually started streaming playing those games. There's a game called Paladins. You might know about it. It's basically like Overwatch type game, but it's free. I mean, Overwatch 2 is now free, but it was free before. And that's it. There's a decent community playing Paladins and watching it. There are not a lot of streamers, and I started playing there. And I wouldn't say I was growing fast, but I was only learning, and there was some audience. Just the thing is, after playing it for 2 months, I started feeling it like a work. I just came and started streaming like as I had to, as not really enjoying it. And people who were watching me also, well, noticed it, and newcomers, they just see I'm half dead, streaming, doing barely anything, and they're like, yeah, that's not what I want to watch, and just, you know, stop following.
I'm so happy.
So I realized that, yeah, the game is okay to grow with, but it's not for me. I don't enjoy the game, I don't want to play it, and I started skipping more and more streams. for 1 month, I think, I experienced a lot of skip streams because I was like, yeah, I don't really want to stream today, and like that. At that time, I decided to switch to full variety stream, and it didn't earn me a lot of followers, but I enjoyed almost every minute of playing variety games because I picked games and I enjoyed playing them.
Thank you.
So yeah.
Friends.
I'd say Genshin somewhat in between. It's better than variety. The only problem with Genshin is that
Doesn't matter.
just a lot of people are streaming it.
Are together.
It's very hard for newcomers to find me, but because of that I have
And we will
the thing,
open this one
like account reviews, IBs if somebody want, and some people found me
Even as a
that
guard,
way.
I don't feel like there's any
More than half of the views, I think,
What remains now is to
are coming from outside sources, which I'm pretty sure people from YouTube come. I don't know how many of them stay or if any of them stay. None of them follow
In order.
outside of
If I remember correctly,
the stream, but I don't know, maybe some of the latest followers are from there.
God is coming home.
Ideally, a game is all free, yeah. Try finding the game that you enjoy,
That reminds me.
that
Haven't memorized the song for the taste
allows you to grow, so it needs to be popular,
friends.
but there's not a lot of streamers.
Get a good night's sleep.
And people who come there will
Gentle breeze to rouse you
will come
tomorrow
back
morning.
to talk to you.
Then
One
come
of the
in
games like that
by the
is Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley has insane community. It's very big, and well, the thing is, one certain YouTube channel talked about it, that Stardew Valley is a good game, and he grew on that from like 5 average viewers to 25 in like 1 month. But he was one of the first people who started streaming Stardew. Well, not the first, but you know, one of the first who decided to grow on that game. And then transfer to something else, so not full time. But after he told it, video was pretty popular, I'd say several millions, and a lot of streamers decided to start again. So now if you go to Stardew Valley category, you can see so many channels with from 0 to 20 viewers. 20 viewers is relatively slow streamers still, right? But there are so many channels, and you can't stand out there anymore. So it's extremely hard to find it, and I also don't really like Stardew Valley. It's not bad, it just... farming is very, very long, and I'm like, okay, but not really. This game is too popular, it's hard to... yeah. People just can't find you. Well, at least you're not playing MMO or MOBA with millions of viewers. True. I mean, Genshin is about the same, not gonna lie. It's just the thing, I can compete in YouTube Genshin community, somewhat competes. There is a thing that kind of seemed to work for other people, so I think maybe it will work for me as well. It kind of does. We'll see how it goes.
He's finally here. Let's get a move on or we're
But yeah, but if I play some MMO, I used to play MMOs, I used to play MOBAs, I just don't enjoy them as much anymore. Yeah. Even big MMO and MOBA streamers start somewhere. True. But you see the thing, now if you want to grow as MOBA streamer, you need to grow somewhere else. Gain a big YouTube channel and then people will come to you. I don't know, if you play any... like, I don't really play League of Legends, I played it a couple times. I used to play Dota a lot. And
so many people.
there are people who are making just
What?
edits of their plays, of either good plays or just funny plays, and they grew on the YouTube, and then they like, oh yeah, you know, by the way, I'm planning to start streaming, and they already start, instead of at 0, like 0 to 5 viewers, they started at more than 100, and from there it's a lot easier to grow,
Comeback is just a
even if there are like tens of people with 1,000 viewers.
Are you here for races?
It's still easier, and they keep growing with their YouTube channel.
But I just spoke with him, and he tells me that the winemaking went
Some of the most popular,
such a relief.
well, MMO or MOBA streamers who
Will go down smoothly now too.
started without YouTube channel just started very long ago,
So when the others are over,
or
we should go
gained popularity from something else. Twitch is terrible at, well, introducing small streamers. It's really hard to find it.
Hey, hey, there you are.
Whoa! What's with all these
Like, there are people who are
bugs your own home?
going for small communities, such as, well, me. I do that. But if not, the person is just an average Twitch viewer. There is no way. They at best look at first few rows, and if you're not there, there is no way they find you.
To give him some wine. If the animal god likes the wine, he'll turn into the wind and bless everyone.
There's a lot of also controversy about Twitch lately. None of it really matters for me, but there is a chance that I decide to switch platform back eventually.
From my dad's. Luckily, I managed not to break it on the way here. It's just for show, though.
Fun fact, I did start streaming on YouTube when I first started streaming. It was more than a year ago, actually.
Drink the whole
I spent like about
in one big gulp.
a month, I think, streaming there, and then I just decided to switch to Twitch because YouTube has even worse
Ah,
discoverability for small streamers. But maybe they are slowly improving it. Who knows?
Everyone, I am greatly honored to be able to be here today. I have been invited by Acting Grandmaster Jean of the Knights of Favonius to perform a piece for everyone.
If Twitch continues to make it worse and worse
Some of the
for
finest
people,
verse I
well,
know.
for like affiliates and partners,
Like, "Beat it to the wind and
I
everyone
may
feels
have
that
to switch it back.
Fill up the
It's also not
barrels
as
and
bad.
store them
I was
away.
relying on
Wait for a windier day.
I was relying fully on Twitch discoverability to grow at first, but now I have other means, so it doesn't matter as much. Wow, these textures.
How does this fine wine taste to the tongue as Mondstadt to the ear like a sweet dream of freedom? And what are the fruits that went into the brew? An explorer's courage, a love tender and true. A defender's will, strong as yesteryear, joining the thousand winds in a song of good
It's a bit
cheer,
weird, like-
turning sour into sweet.
I can put this in pause.
Fade away as we wait, wait
There's just a
for
background music,
windier
and
day.
it doesn't really match the rhythm.
What treasure does this barrel hold? 'Tis wheat's greatest
Kinda weird. I
triumph, the
expected,
true liquid gold.
well, an
As it
actual
flows
music.
from the
Plenty,
keg,
what the hell?
sound drifts by, wind chimes in the boundless immemorial sky. We raise up our glasses and voices in song as we wait, wait for the wind to sing along. Where do we turn once the thousand winds take
I really
flight?
doubt it
The
makes
tales of the lyre to the sweet
it makes up
dream
in
of
other languages.
tonight.
Dear friends, let us now open the wine.
I like how the voice actor of Venti sounds.
to the Animal Archive.
If other teenage boys I can understand, yeah, like that's a woman voicing them. With Venti, it really does sound like a boy.
Feel sad, Clee?
But why didn't he come? If
It's a wide range
God didn't
the voice
come
actor has.
home, is it because
Great.
he doesn't like the wine we brought for him?
That's literally him, Klee. Look at this guy.
Of course not. You know, Klee, the wind isn't the only form that the animal archon can turn into. He can turn into anything. So today, he must have come back looking like something else. Huh? Really? Maybe he turned into
Oh,
a Chumpy Dumpty.
yeah.
Sure,
Please, precious.
Dumpty it is. Hope you're listening, animal archon. Racer, did the animal archon bring you up?
Yes.
I wish they just add a
talked
skip
a
button. I
lot.
can just
Now,
like
I think
Don't forget to
make it faster, but
yes.
it's so boring to just skip clicking.
Okay, everyone.
Well,
Let's go.
eventually they might add it. Oh, is this the end? I think it is. Yay! More footage from my videos. There's not a lot of characters here though.
Clee, listen.
Did we make a wine for Razor? Kinda. I think we did, right? We went to Liluk. Dude. I like how everybody just chooses completely to ignore him most of the time. He's not even hiding that good.
Take this.
The other hates wine because her father drinks, but he's not really a drunkard. He's a hunter that likes to drink sometimes. He's not a bad man. I don't know. Okay, you know what? There are actually a lot of characters. Just not very interesting background, but good enough. Probably. Sometimes it feels like people don't really care what happens in background. As long as something happens in background, it's good enough to trigger the ADHD, and they just proceed listening. You know, and I can't really say I'm not
After all the time we spent
one
on
of
it,
those.
wine still isn't ready. May as well leave it for our son.
Razor. What do you think of that name?
Oh, an adventurer's name.
I actually don't like Razor as a name. I didn't know his parents are adventurers. But I do videos about characters, stories from the past mostly. And sometimes games just tell the story and I feel like what I was planning to tell about it. And now if I make a video about it, people will be like, yeah, like, really? No joke, Cap. Event just told us about it. I was planning to do a video about how Razor was taught by Lisa, but then this event came out, and basically Lisa... She told us that she taught Razor a lot of things, and I don't know. Okay. Let's go find the rest of the stuff. I have a better plan now though. I'll just wait till people forget about it and then make a video. That's a big brain. I won't just throw away content. Stand at the door of the greatest hunter in the Springvale and head to the south. I have a hidden gift on the cliff. You'll find it, it's yours. Okay. I'm really the only ones that are able to find gifts. They're not only for us, right? Because of how these messages are written, they seem like, yeah, you know, whoever finds it, hello. The greatest hunter, it's this guy, right? Guessing he was the one who hit yes as well. Okay, so head south there and the cliff. Like there? I really need to complete this quest. It's so annoying. Each day just appears like, oh yeah, you know, wait till certain time, and then this time comes like, yeah, go do the quest. No, I don't wanna. Where? Maybe that's not the greatest hunter. I was pretty sure Diana's father is greatest hunter. Also, they showed you Diana's father. Well, I think a lot of people won't really catch it, but they did tell about it. But before, oh, I see. It was only mentioned in her character story, but I had no idea that this guy is her father. That's a different gift. No, that's not a different gift. It's right. Wait, did she call her own father greatest hunter? I thought she doesn't like him as much.
If you lie on the grass,
Oh, the cool thing.
heartbeat of the world.
Because I have because I have my own stream opened on my window, well, to keep track of it, there is such thing as drops. As drops in Twitch, that if you watch a current certain stream, you can claim rewards. And the fun thing is, they give me, yeah, that's a mail. They give me rewards for watching my own stream. Yeah, I'll take it. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. Oh, cool. They also have interesting like content creator program this month. They give you like Prima Gems for streaming for 3, 6, and 9 hours in total within like 1 month, which is really not a lot, and even more Prima Gems for streaming 3 hours a week in 3 weeks in a row. So 1 week it gives you certain reward, second week and third gives you even more, which is interesting. I did register. I have absolutely no idea if it will work. I hope it will. Isn't a cliff face on waterfall on the... Okay, I know where waterfall is. It's that one, right? Let's go there. I also did because there's a content creator program. Usual one. The one I talked about is like Twitch only, and here's usual one that's reviewed by people. This one I think will not be really reviewed. We'll see, I guess. And there are requirements that you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers or, well, followers on any platform you do. And, well, I don't have those on Twitch, but I reached them last month on YouTube. And I also did register. I don't know if it will work, but I hope. They asked me to give them link of... Oh, it's lower. Give me a link of like my best content, as they said, and I just gave them the best performing short videos. And that video reached over 500,000 views now, I think. I hope they give me Prima Gems. Hope. Present is near Windrise, inside a Red Adventure stand. What's Windrise? Here. They also tell people like, yeah, don't show others who what you like. You can tell that we accepted you in creator content program, but like, don't show anybody the amount of Prima Gems you got. And I feel like almost nobody really cares about that thing. But yeah, the thing is, they give like different amounts of Prima Gems to different people, depending on how big of content creators they are. I think they say it's about quality of their product, but like, who cares if the videos you're producing are so great if they're getting like single-digit views? They might be as good as videos that are getting million, but like, you just don't have your audience yet. Where's Windrise is very big. Red tent. I know one red tent. So we'll see. 500,000 sounds a lot, and it certainly is. It's more than I actually expected to get in so fast. When I first released shorts about Genshin, it reached like 1,400, I think. That was actually the tent. There isn't even a tent. And I was I was like, oh yeah, wow, that's a lot of views. 1400 for a person who has nothing but this video. That's a lot. And I was like, yeah, my average video can get 1,000, and I was happy about it. I stopped being as happy when it wasn't growing. So I just released the video, it gets like 1,000 or at best 2,000 views within like 10 minutes, and then it stopped showing to anybody. And it lasted for a whole month, and I was like, that's cool, it's still more than like an empty channel usually get, but it's not really empty anymore, and some growth should be here. And growth in subscribers was really slow. The thing is, on average, every 1 in every 1,000 people who watched actually subscribe, or like all the way up to 1 in every 500 if your videos are performing good. So as you can guess, I was getting like 1 to 3, sometimes up to 10 if I'm really lucky, subscribers per video. But that's not a lot. At current pace, I can release video every 2 days. I can release it faster, every maybe day, but they perform far worse for some reason. So I'm not sure about that one yet. But, you know, like 15 videos a month, and I would get like 30 subscribers per month. That's more than my Twitch is getting, or was getting. Even is getting, I think, about the same. Unfortunately, but still. That's not a big progress. But now it's different. Now videos are getting 50 to like 100,000 on average, I think. Latest videos are performing even better. I am extremely happy about it. Somehow in last 2 days I was getting like 400 subscribers per day. That's a lot, really a lot. My initial, when I got my first video that it got like 100,000 views, I thought, yeah, that would happen every now and a while. Oh, 100, and another one got like 250 or 300. I was like, yeah, that can happen every now and a while, but like, oh, that's completely, I should have. For some reason I thought this has been raised. It's all the way down there. Like I would get like 1,000, maybe a couple thousands on average, and every now and a while I'll get like at 100,000, and I was like, yeah, my goal my goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers until the end of the year, and that's actually good result, I'd say. Reach 1,000 within 4 months with like a completely empty channel, no background at all, well, almost no background. But then I reached it within 3 videos, and I was like, oh, but they were lucky videos back then. And right after I got not as good performance, I was like, yeah. Now my goal is to reach 10,000 before the end of the year. And that's a lot more than I would ever expect, really. But if I'm getting on average the same amount as I am right now, I might reach that amount before the end of this month. I don't know. I don't know. I'm speechless. I'm seeing this few hundred subscribers per day, and I just wow. I don't know, like, I formed the opinion that it just... Wait, I would form the opinion that it's just pretty easy to grow on shorts, and people are not abusing it. But then I realized that I did a lot of shorts of my... with my clips from Twitch, like on the other channel, with VOD. And the only ones that performed somewhat good were from Stickman Collection. Each one of them getting like 3,000 views, and I got like 70 subscribers within 1 week. That's good. Again, that was... for a new channel, it was super good. But other than that, few Sekiro clips got okay-ish views, but nothing really a lot. Well, I used to upload a lot of videos, really a lot of videos. Just, you know, they weren't greatest quality, but there are a lot of them. Every somewhat okay moment I clipped and then released. So yeah, 3,000 or 4,000 was the best performing video. But then, as I said with Genshin, my every video started getting 1,000, and well, now it's insane, I don't know. So maybe it's not as easy, and I just am lucky to choose the right content to produce. It's not my own idea, like, of the format, but it's my idea of the content in that format. Which I never seen anywhere, really. Well, again, I still don't really watch a lot of Genshin content creators, but, you know, from those that I saw, they didn't have this content. So I don't know, maybe people like it, and I'm glad if they do. That's all that matters. I can't, like, no matter how popular you are, you can't make money from YouTube Shorts yet. Oh, I see Red Tent. I'm going there. I think they do add partner program for content creators in next year, in the beginning of next year, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, all that matters, I mean, eventually, I would love... Oh, it's here, great! It would be great if I can really just leave. Oh, I know this guy. If I can leave the money I do from content creating, I don't really expect anything, but I hope that this happens, so we'll see. Best flower basket at the house due south of Don Winery. Let's go there. It's actually, for me, it's a lot easier to reach as for people living in other countries. Well, as long as I will be able to withdraw any money, because right now I actually can't. No, don't know about YouTube, but from Twitch, nothing. I can withdraw, or not withdraw, but rather pay with my PayPal. So if anybody like tips or donates, that goes straight to my PayPal instead of subscribing, that I can use. But money within Twitch, they are stored, but I can't use them. I can't withdraw them. So if that goes away, and I will be able to get about like 200 per month. That's not a lot of money, but I will be able to live on that money without doing anything else. It's like a almost bare minimum. That's that's the money I spend right now per month just living. But I'm studying, right? Not working. But that would allow me to spend a lot more time creating content, because otherwise I will be spend much less when I graduate, and that's the last year for me. I hope I will be able to reach like at least bare minimum within this year. Who knows though? We'll see how it goes. Okay. Have I completed this? Or not? This is done. This is done. This is done. And this is also done. Great. Okay. Can I reach level 20? Oh, 30? Probably not. I'm so close. I need every wish I can get. Is there a wish I can get from ascending my characters? This is not enough. Knuckleweed. I can collect enough Knuckleweed and I only need to defeat this thing once. Do I have 40? I need to wait an hour. Do I have an hour? I do have an hour. We'll ascend Cookie. We need C4 Chi-Chi. Let's go to Abyss. 5 days left. I need to complete it sooner or later. Did they change Abyss? Some people told me that it's... well, not that it's different, but the way they were describing it, it felt like it's different. But it's not, right? No, it is different. Yeah, they added Magu Kenki back. Okay, this thing didn't seem hard, but I just killed it faster than it could have done anything. I'm not sure. I mean, it doesn't seem that bad. I think I can do that. What? Hyperbloom? Damage dealt by explosion Dendra cores produced by Bloom barge interactions increased. Okay, can I get this on floor 12? No, it's normal here. Yeah, good, great. Now let's go with Star Teams. There is not a lot of stuff to play with right now. I will upgrade my Candace and upgrade my Yunjin at a certain point, and I'll play around with Noelle team, but right now I can't. Also, I realized that Candace has... let me show you. Actually, I'll also go to the toilet fast before doing Abyss, because yeah, that's probably not the best idea to start it. Here. She has 20% damage bonus, and I was like, how to speak? And it was like, 20 at level 1 will mean about 40 at level 10. And I'm like, yeah, that's 20 is not a lot, but you know, if I upgrade all the way to level 9 and get also here, I can get like up to 65 maybe. 60-65% bonus elemental damage on normal attacks. But I upgraded a few times and I saw that you only get increased damage. Why the hell would I need increased damage? She's not dealing any damage. Well, she deals some, but it's... she's support. This damage is completely useless. Why the heck? So yeah, I don't really care about her talents anymore. On the other hand, Yunjin's, they increase... they scale by defense more and more. So yeah, let me go to the toilet. I'll be right back. That's not for long, not as usual. That's gonna take like maybe a minute or two. So be right back. Hello. As I said, just a minute. So, let's go with basic teams. I'll also try the new rotation. I used to have Diana at slot 4, so started her rotation. But now I think about this. So let Ganyu shoot more. That's probably gonna be better. And the second one, I don't know. I mean, at floor 9, 10 we can have some fun, but like, cool. I can go Frieza Yaka. Sure, why not? Frieza Yaka needs battery. Rosaria can be a battery, but Rosaria is not built. And Diana is on another team. Let's go with something like aggravates. How do you do it? Like this. And Fischl? Like this. Will it work? I don't know, let's see. Never built an aggravate team, never played with it. I have no idea. Yeah, I can probably take down solo the whole floor, but we'll make it a team. Why do I deal more damage to these guys? Do mushrooms have less resistance than Hilichurls? I dealt 30,000, what the hell? Is this increased damage after sprinting? No? Yes? No? No, I think not. Okay, this is weird. But yeah, that's basically what you need. I'm pretty sure this is the fastest way to beat it as well. Because if I do full rotation, it takes so long, but just characters. Enemies die faster. Okay, let's see here. How will it work?
By royal decree, animal test 6308. Stand clear. Animal hypostate. Nothing lasts forever. Right
Like
here.
something like
Right
this?
here.
I have no idea. At floor 9 everything works.
Right now. Right here. Emerge.
What am I doing?
Animal test 6308. Stand clear. Enhanced animal module.
I don't know. I guess it did something. I need to check it further. Aggravate is fun and stuff, but it's not as fun as Hyper Bloom for me. I want to build Burning Team at certain point, but I don't know what Burning Team would look like to actually work.
I'm going in. No touching.
I like how my band can almost one-shot Hilichurls without any setup. Isn't that great?
Born of ice and frost.
Oh no, don't put your shield up. Please do something. Man. I just put it away. Yeah, that's exactly. That's a lot faster just to wait when they put their shield away. Stop.
Access denied.
Instead of burning it, even if you have pyro. I still aim at their head. My habit after playing with Prototype for more than a year. But now I really don't need it.
Right here. Emerge. Right here. By royal decree, absorption test. Stand clear. Ha! Germinate. I'm always
Burning is pyro damage, right? So it doesn't really deal any damage to. I saw 20. Oh, who does? Hey, hello! Welcome to the stream, Pachulig.
Right now.
That's a hard nickname, but cool. Sorry if I mispronounce it, but welcome to the stream.
Stasis emulation.
Hello, hello.
Scatter.
Emerge.
I saw 12,000 dealt with Dandro. Was it Traveler's damage? Nothing else deals Dandro damage, right? It can be swirled, it can aggravate deals Electro damage. How the heck I dealt 12,000? She's not... Is she built? She's not really. Just has like level 20 Favonius sword. EM, yeah. If she really deals 12,000 per hit with ult, that's a lot of damage. There is no way Traveler is that strong. But if she is, she's totally worth building crit rate crit damage. More than Elemental Mastery. I still don't want to build Aggravate.
No touching.
Wait, if Aggravate can crit, that's basically the best way to build without EM, right? Crit rate crit damage, because you're using Dendro Traveler in both Hyper Bloom, Bargain, in all of the teams that use Dendro, and only in Aggravates Elemental Mastery actually matters. Well, among three, Aggravate, Hyper Bloom, and Bargain.
Right here. Emerge.
Only in one of them it matters.
By royal decree.
And
Absorption test.
Aggravate doesn't loot a lot if you are building well. It's no, just like 3,000. I said 12. You let me see it. Well, too bad, I guess then. Bishop, Electro. Let's change the teams. Switch them. I need to upgrade to level up my Sandling to level 80, like 9, because I can't find her every time. Is level 80.
Right here. Right now. Emerge. Oz, reveal thyself. Animal hypostasis and
What am I supposed to do? Like, why do we need team in
right here. Right now.
floor 9 or 10 even? They die faster. What am I supposed to do?
Absorption test. Ha! Germinate. Ha!
I don't know. I deal.
Stand clear.
Well, I guess then the Traveler is killing them. Slowly but surely.
Propagate.
I deal electro damage. Why there are so many electro
75.
slimes?
Absorption
What do
test.
you want from me?
Emerge. Right here.
I mean, 5,000 per hit with ult is not as bad. I think she deals like 2 hits per
Nothing
second,
lasts
right?
forever. Right now.
Affected by Electro. So 1 per second usually and 2 per second with Electro. No, game is lagging. What happened? It's okay. It's fine. Hey, Bishops, you better not die before I end my rotation.
Shake and stir. Can't have in your drink.
You lasted good enough, man. Great. Actually almost survived rotation. Well, survived, but just the 1 health. Not good enough. Hello?
Emerge. Right now. Animal test 6308.
No, I don't have enough particles. Give me particles. Ugh.
Animal hypostasis.
That should work.
Emerge. Stand clear.
I don't know, it seems just fun to see a lot of numbers. I'm thinking. I mean, I probably somebody already did all the counting. I was wondering if actually, well, spreading your stats between elemental mastery and crit rate, crit damage is better than just go all in once for aggravate. But I guess yeah, it is better. Because they are separate multipliers, and, well, they enhance each other. But if you go all in one, you just will add. I guess, yeah.
Emerge. By royal decree. Animal test.
No, where are my particles? No, don't die, please.
I'm always watching. Right now.
Is this even rotation in this team? What the hell is this team? I saw 15,000! Was it Hyper Bloom? What the hell is 15,000? You saw that, right? 15,000 Dendro damage. What the hell was it? But I don't have... I mean... They might have affected themselves with Hydro, but... What? Hydro... Who can deal 15,000? It's somebody with 500 elemental mastery. My Sucrose is not an elemental mastery build, she's in crit damage. What the hell deals damage? Endgame problems. I don't know who deals damage, help. Okay, even with this rotation, I actually don't have a lot of time to attack with Gani. I have like 5 shots. I mean, that's a lot better than before. I had 2. I never cared about rotation with Gani team. Okay, what about these ones? Doesn't matter here. Doesn't really matter here either. And the last, I'll put aggravate in the second half because that thing is getting destroyed with. You know, that's where it belongs though. It's an interesting boss, but it's pretty easy boss. I think it belongs in floor 11, so it's somewhat challenging, but pretty easy, so yeah. I mean, don't fix what's not broken, right? I would put Hyper Bloom in, but well, aggravate is new, and I took off the artifacts for Hyper Bloom, Raiden, so I'll probably build Cookie instead of Raiden, since I got her. I just need to upgrade her. Slowly, but sure, I'll do it. I need Hyper Bloom team. It just... I was thinking about either this guy or Cookie, but I didn't have Cookie, so... I still like my Raiden on crit rate, crit damage build a lot more. She just deals... Her own damage is better there. This, right? Actually, isn't Kazuha better here? I think he is. He provides more than Sucrose because Sucrose... I use Traveler after Sucrose instead of... And she basically just buffs Traveler. Okay. Is that why she deals so much damage?
Let's light it up. I'm going in. Nice and spicy. Hey, yeah. Scratch
that. The weirdest monolith defense ever. Just 6 small mushrooms. Why? That's not really defense, they just ignore me and attack it. I mean, it's not like they deal any damage, it just... What? Oh, okay, these guys on the other hand. No, I take it back, they don't deal anything either. What the hell is this? I mean, sure, as long as it's not hard, I take it. It's a lot better than a bunch of heal tools everywhere, which is impossible to defend. Go to the middle, guys.
One with nature.
It sucks these things in.
Germinate! A sight to behold. Emerge. Right here.
Lord of Seven, your sacrifice is ready.
What the hell? It summons crocodile. What? Cool. What? What? This thing summons crocodile? What? Why? What? Really? That's why you should play Abyss. You see enemies do some weird stuff that you would never see outside. They die faster. Oh no, again.
Let's light it up. I'm going in.
Nice and spicy. You're toast. Think you can bully me?
That's actually like somewhat of a problem. If I use Shanling is one of the best slots in the Gani team because she deals a lot of damage. She casually hits 50,000 on melt.
Everybody stand back.
Or sometimes even more. But on lower floors, she just destroys everything without a gun. Oh wait, is my Sandling on Dragon's Bane right now? It doesn't change anything, she still deals a lot of damage. It just... I see that she doesn't recharge her ult as fast. Because I put catch back on Raiden. I think I think she has Dragon's Bane. What the hell? Well, I guess more vaporize. Oh, melt damage. Cool. No, I missed. Stop, man! Stop! Don't move. This guy has better aim than I do. Okay, done. Okay, so far I like this Abyss more than the previous one. Because before, floor 11 was completely terrifying. And there was no reason for it to be that hard.
Emerge. Wings of darkness.
So this team is basically quick swap team because you see my rotation is almost perfect. Well, my trailer is a bit off. Well, like 3 seconds off.
Right now, right here.
Yeah, and my Yaya can't ult instantly.
Emerge.
Everybody else, they just... No!
By royal decree. Propagate.
Yeah, look how it attacks fast. That's great. I wonder. I might have underestimated Aggravate, but I had a reason to underestimate Aggravate. How was I supposed to know that it crits? The fact that it crits increases damage by like 3 times. Easily. And it kind of matches, or sometimes even out damages Hyperloom, which I consider is really strong. And yeah, so I have time for 5 attacks. Okay.
Let's light it up. Teamwork is...
Booba, get them. Scratch them. Look at you, Boozound. Blaze over.
I'll ult because, well, don't have Sunling's ult anyway. Oh, I actually do now. Wait for a bit to apply attack buff. Somehow Ganya's ult deals a lot of damage.
Ice and frost.
I used to not have it leveled up, but then I realized that even in Melt Ganyu, even though it takes some melts, her ult just deals insane amount of damage. It's one of the most damaging ults in the game. If you're using Ganyu for whatever reason as a sub DPS, like off-field sub DPS and cryo player, she'll deal probably more damage than Beidou, who is considered one of the most damaging characters.
Right here, right now, emerge. Oz, reveal thyself.
I got stuck on this thing, and because of it, I couldn't spawn the last one.
I'm always watching. Emerge, right now, right here.
As you wish.
Well, I don't know how strong this thing is,
Emerge,
but I kill it pretty fast.
right now.
Also, my
By royal decree. Propagate.
interesting. My official is not. She's on very old build on the old set. So if I build her on new set, I think she'll be a lot better. I'll need to rebuild a lot of characters on new set. And I thought I don't need. Oh, that's not a bad thing though. That means I'll be able to farm a single domain for a long time. What's here? I want to use Aggravating first, and I don't know how this thing works. I usually kill the thing like 10-20 seconds and it doesn't do anything. I'm afraid. What if it's strong? How strong my Genki is? Because that Aggravate team move a lot, so it's not a problem. But Ganyu team doesn't move a lot, but it does have shield. Ah, fuck it, I can change if something happens, right? Who cares? It's fine. It's just a beast. I've been working for my teams, on my teams for 4 months, not to think about what to pick in Abyss, right? Just pick whatever. I kinda did forget about Fischl's passive C4, I think, when she just damages everything. And damages quite a lot. It really is a lot of damage. I think Yai still out damages her, but barely. Not as much as I thought initially. It's not the difference, like, there's a big gap between Yelan and Xingqiu. Yelan deals twice as much damage, and she also buffs you on-field DPS. But here, the damage about the same. Fischl generates slightly more particles. Yeah, it deals slightly more damage, and her ult is... It exists compared to Fischl, whose ult is fake. It just spawns... It makes her Raven Oz, like, be on field 100% of the time, like 100% uptime. But other than that, it doesn't do anything. Well, deals a little bit damage, but really nothing. Okay, let's proceed. Floor 11 was pretty easy, really easy. I like cleared everything within 1 minute. Before it was a struggle with mimics, and you know, it's kind of weird. They replaced it after 2 rotations, right? Usually Abyss lasts for longer. Maybe people were complaining, but as I said, it was really annoying. Not really 12 floor, but 11. That thing was insanely hard.
Stand clear. Animal hypostasis. Scatter.
And insane damage.
Right here. Right now.
Okay, that's so satisfying to watch.
Wings of darkness. Absorption test.
What am I supposed to do, like, if I'm off a little bit?
Propagate. Germinate. Right now. Right here. Emerge. I'm always watching. Right here.
Like, it's not a big deal, but it is here. I feel like I'm not dealing enough damage. No, it's definitely enough damage, it's just not enough damage to kill them fast.
This realm is no home for
and I'm dying because of it. Interesting. It's a shame when enemies don't die in one rotation. A real shame.
Stand clear. Enhanced animal module 75. Propagate. Germinate.
My Sucrose generated 0 particles.
Emerge. Right here. Right now.
Oh, I didn't use... Let's just generate some particles here and there.
Shadow Raven. Light. Animal test 6308. Swirl. Mark 2. Scatter.
I need to be more careful.
Right here. Right now. I'm always
It's so good that
right here. Emerge.
Sucrose CC actually works. Sometimes it doesn't.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Wow, they deal a lot of damage. What the hell?
Germinate. Animal hypostasis emulation. Right now. Right here. Ha! Absorption test. Nothing lasts forever. Emerge.
Oh, he... It felt like before the second Samurai Day, these guys started just restoring his HP. I thought I won't... Okay, I mean, that gym deals with the first half pretty fast, almost within a minute. Yeah, like minute and 10 seconds. That's not ideal, but yeah, close enough. Since there are 3 enemies, I think ulting is actually better than not ulting. I'll shoot floor just because why not? I can. Who's gonna stop me? Nobody.
Adventure time.
New enemy? What? Is it gonna be a problem that I haven't changed my weapon? It shouldn't be, right?
Sand. Your sacrifice is ready.
Even if I deal slightly less damage per rotation, it would be that big of a deal. What the hell is that? Oh no, the crocodile! How much damage crocodile does? Do I need to kill crocodiles, like, as another entity, or it just gets killed to get the owner?
Where do you think you're going?
What the hell is that? Stop! I don't want to join Aero. You see, I'm literally fighting Eremites. This quest. Energy charge. Yeah, my selling totally is it.
Right here. Emerge.
This should be easy.
By Royal Animal test 6308.
Or maybe not as easy,
Absorption test.
because I apparently don't have enough energy. Can you give me...
Enhanced animal module.
Yeah, thank you.
Right now. Emerge.
Why are they so separated? What the hell?
A sight to behold.
Okay, let's maybe reset and start
Right
again
right
from
now.
here.
Right here.
That's not the one.
Odds revealed by stand clear. Unexpected outcome.
Stop. This is so...
Right now.
Help. No, no.
Eternity.
I thought this is gonna be easy because they're gonna stack, but they're not stacking, they're just running away. Am I supposed to wait for them? Let's try waiting, maybe they'll come. Some of them can teleport, others will just walk in.
Emerge.
Or, yeah, even that.
Absorption test. Animal test 6308.
Okay. Don't have energy, apparently.
Right here. Emerge. Swirl. Mark tip. Wings of darkness. Come.
Ah, stop. Sucrose is dying.
Scatter.
Everything's dying, help.
Nothing lasts forever.
What the hell? Who deals so much damage? How am I supposed to play it? Okay, just stay this way, guys. Please. Shouldn't have ulted, but it's fine. Don't kill me.
Right now, right here.
My rotation is all over the place, but who cares? As long as it works, we are fine. I don't know. I am so afraid to use Sucrose. Any random damage and she'll die. No, my guy is dying. Just get whatever you can.
Right here, right now. I'm always watching. By royal decree.
It's fine, guys. It's fine. It takes forever, but it's fine. We can do it.
Emerge right here.
2 minutes. Good enough. Unless there is a card that will restore me HP, there is no way I'm doing the last one. Yeah, this exact aggravate team, mine, doesn't seem to work too well.
Everybody stand back.
Born of ice and frost.
Invincibility? Yeah.
Off we go. Let's light it up.
Do I have enough time?
Teamwork is true.
Eat this. Take it all. Can't handle your drink. No touching.
Probably not. Yeah, because of this. Where is he? Where is he? He hid behind this thing. Yeah, I don't have enough time. I probably can do it, but I mean, Aggravate's team is... This is not built to work, but it tries its best.
Right now. Odds revealed. Stand clear.
You know, let's try the last strategy. It seems to work. Like, I need to group them. Maybe that'll work.
Right here. Right now. Right here.
What the hell? What the hell is this damage? Why random ruined machines deal so much damage?
Emerge. Right now. Emerge.
Why the hell? Where is my...
Absorption test. Swirl. Mark 2. Shadow Raven. Scatter. Right now. What a noose. Emerge.
Like, I deal a lot of damage, but they completely destroy me. What am I supposed to do? It worked before because... Okay, should I change back to Kazuha and try again? Let's do that. Maybe with Kazuha it will be better. Sucrose can't... That's not what I wanted to pick. Sucrose is not the character that, you know, affects enemies a lot. Kazuha is not either. Kazuha just deals more damage. And... I mean, in Aggravate team, I think Sucrose is better if she's Elemental Master Sucrose. Which mine isn't. Or I can also change teams. It's easier to dodge Mago Kenki than Ruin Machines. And Ruin Machines will probably get destroyed by... The thing is, why Gani team is so good is because there are two very strong bursts that deal AoE damage, and you don't need to aim with them. It's Sunling ult and Ganyu ult. They by themselves deal insane amount of damage. You don't even need, and like Ganyu will just shoot floor and still attack. Let's try, but still replace Sucrose with Kazuha. I kinda forgot that that's a thing. So yeah, second one will be this. And the first one will be again. Well, hopefully this one, it'll work. It feels a little bit weird that I have to retry Abyss, being almost AR-59 at this point. But you know, I'm just trying wacky teams, so it's only normal that I won't use a lot of ults here because I don't really need to. These things have a lot of HP. Not like a lot, but more than you would expect. Oh, I really need to change some links.
This is long overdue.
Okay. Let's group them.
Everybody stand back. Get them.
I want to kill these together, but maybe I don't really need to.
Access denied.
And he healed. Cool. I could have ended this thing 1 minute, and yet... Great. Sometimes I feel like this team deals a bit too much... No. It's not ideal team because it has 2 healers. But like, I don't see anything better. I can replace Sunling with Kazuha, but that's not healer. I can replace Deon with Kazuha, but that's no shield, and 1 healer is not enough. Ideally, you want to replace Bennett's healing, but Bennett by himself is the best one there.
Into the wind. Right here. Emerge.
Yeah, you totally want to start it
I'm always
with Yaya to not spend time on this. Yeah, I think this team works slightly better because, well, in between you can change to Kazuha
emerge.
to randomly just press E and proceed. I feel like this team could use heal. This took so long for you to appear, what the hell?
Right now, right here.
Stop. Stop.
Emerge. Right now. Emerge.
Wind strike.
I also have a Nemo powers, what? What now? Try me now, bitch.
Right now.
What can you use here to heal?
Here.
You just allow them to have the moment.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Pound into the
Emerge. Right now. Right here.
Propagate.
I don't need to care about time here, right?
Oz, reveal thyself.
Right now.
I still could clear it, but you know, it's better to be somewhat safe, yeah. That's me having Yaya on super low HP. Really, who can you replace? There is Cookie, but should you replace Yaya with Cookie? Cookie doesn't deal as much damage as Yaya. You can aggravate though. Yeah, I guess yeah, if you really need healing, you can do this. But something else. I don't know. You can put Prototype Ember on. That's a bad idea, but you can put Prototype Ember on your Yaya if you really want to.
Blaze
That's good enough. Well, I'll probably destroy all of them. These things, you see? That's why I don't like this compared to something from Inazuma. These things have so much more HP than Inazuman ones. Stop. That actually may become a problem that I don't have enough. That I don't have enough energy charge on Sandling. Stop. I mean, yeah, it's faster, but is it fast enough? Can second team do what it needs to do? I absolutely hate that it takes like 10 seconds to set up. Can you do it faster? We are doing this.
Right now. By royal decree.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my.
Spring forth. Nothing lasts forever. Midnight fantastic.
Did I manage to dodge this?
Right here. Emerge. Right here.
As one with wind and cloud.
Propagate.
I don't know what's happening,
Emerge.
but it like works, somewhat works. That's a lot of damage. Please don't do that ever again. Thank you.
Right now. A sight to behold.
I switched. I think they can kill Magokenki, but I'll try like 2 more times. If not, I'll switch to Hodao team.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Nice and spicy.
I'll just deal some damage and just go for full rotation after. I think that's the play. Can you stop? I already damaged you like 5 times.
Everybody stand back at the frying pan into the fire. Think you can bully me? Look at you. Food born of ice and frost. All hail.
This should be better. Can you stack, please? So I can kill you at the same time. Thank you. Yeah, you see? When it works, it works. 50 seconds, even less. Unless somebody here dies, this should be more than fast enough.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge. Odds revealed.
The only problem with Magokenki that he moves like crazy.
Germinate. Scatter. I'm always watching. Right here. Emerge. Right now. Wings of darkness.
Ooh, that was a lot faster than I expected to happen. That was a lot of damage. Help!
Propagate.
Yeah, I waited for teleport.
By royal decree. Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
Stop.
Right here.
No rest for the weak.
Scatter.
This team is very hard to over. It feels like Hype Bloom team.
One shall
You know what?
descend.
It's a viable team, but I don't want to do it. It's a very hard team to play with. Yeah, let's go back to Hodao. I don't want to spend too much time. The fact that I, well, spent an hour here is enough to obtain that last wish I wanted. And that's enough for me to like feel aggravate. It's not bad. It's actually viable. Of course she's Dragon Bane. I want to give her Favonius Lance. Either Favonius Lance, but I think it will be slightly a waste. I want to give her this. And somehow give her enough energy charge. You see, right now she doesn't have enough energy charge. 169, this is very nice, but this is not enough, even with Bantam team. Favonius Lance is an overshot. She has enough energy charge with this, Favonius Lance will be too much. So I don't know. But for now, let's give her this. I can maybe, instead of this thing, give her the craftable one from Sumeru. That one has Elemental Mastery as a substat and... Oh, no, not from Sumeru, from Inazuma. Elemental Mastery in a substat and energy in a passive. That's less energy, so... and more damage. I think that might work, actually. Okay, so... second one is single target damage. Yeah, mostly. I swear, if this won't work, there is no way. Don't mind Noel there. I just don't have any other shielder. And Noel still works very great to Hu Rao. I also upgrade my Noel. She has slightly more defense and better crit damage ratio now. Doesn't mean she'll be the one dealing damage in that team. But you know.
No touching. Blaze over.
You see? You see how much damage her ult does? If there are enough targets, Gaine's ult is just the best. I absolutely love it. What? Wasn't I already shielded? What the hell? The dumbest thing that's... they just get separated so much. I guess you can argue that, oh yeah, you know, like, gathering enemies is also a skill. But this is totally not the skill I would like to master.
Blaze over.
Great. Okay. Hu Rao team. Haven't played with Hu Rao in a while. Ganyu I'm using always to just fast clear. Hu Rao team is not really fast clear, but it's a lot of damage in single target. I think in right conditions, this team can deal more damage than Ganyu's team.
Leave it all to me.
$20,000.
No, my sword. Witness the power of Gugwa.
Also has a very good rotation. What the hell am I supposed to do here? Do I need to destroy these things or something? What am I supposed to do? What? What? There is no way I need to destroy these things. What the hell is going on? What? Why? They just... Imagine if this happens in, like, later, if they put these things later. Well, there's probably some trick there as well that I don't know about. But this is so dumb.
Lord of Sand, your sacrifice is ready.
Let me weave you a bow. Game's up. Fun's over.
Leave it all to...
Can you crit Hu Rao, please? I really need to replace Hu Rao's weapon sooner or later. But I need to replace her artifacts as well. I feel like I'm dealing absolute no damage. There is no way my Hu Rao doesn't deal damage. Does she not have armor? How she hits like 3,000 with a hit? What? Well, there's no way to increase the HP. My Hotao is already capped at her E. More than capped even.
I'm going in. Huh?
At the frying pan, into the... No touching.
This is a very bad start.
Teamwork is trim.
Nice and spicy. Hey, yeah. Think you can bully me? For Rex Lapis. Access to
This is better. The fact that this thing is staying there is insane. But other than that, it is good enough.
I'm going in.
You're toast.
I feel like even like this,
Born of ice and frost.
I don't have enough energy charge. Okay, I hope this is enough time and energy charge. Energy for next floor, for next chamber as well. Okay, Magukenki.
Witness the power of
Good thing here I like need time to set up anyway, so I can start immediately. And as soon as he just stands. Yeah, you see, that's a lot of damage in single. Oh, that's more like it. 50,000. That's what I mean. Not your random. Where's my damage?
Rain cutter.
No, not my damage. Where's my sack proc? What? She can't charge attack.
Higher, higher, hands on fire. Rain outlines your fate.
Okay, since we have time, now I totally know it. Oh, I love that. That's Noelle built-in defense. Let's go, Noelle. Let's show this thing how to deal damage. Yeah, 12,000. No crits for 5 hits in a row. She has decent crit actually. I think she has like 60 or 70. I don't know why she's not critting. And go, Noelle, go! Ah. Yeah, good enough. So yeah, Abyss is still easy enough to one. I think it's actually easier than the last Abyss in 12th floor as well, because there I had to restart even with my main teams. Here with my main teams, you see, like I have a lot of. Oh, I should probably again just do rotation without Bennett. It's actually super easy. Just follow these V-shabs. Pogani team is just a breakfast. It's not going that great because, well, I messed up. Okay, let me actually show how it's supposed to go. I should start immediately with Sandling, but Sandling doesn't have ult. There is actually HP restore if you really need it. I like how they immediately start. That's not what I was supposed to do. It's fine. Well, it's shield anyway. So yeah, it's supposed to go something like this. And then you ult again, and then they die, no matter even if they have more HP. The thing like half of a minute. But they're supposed to die within half of a minute. The first rotation, the same. I remember there was similar-ish, but there were only 2 of these V-shabs. They were bigger though. Okay, I still don't know how this thing works. If this also disappears, I'll be so frustrated.
Let me weave you up quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
But it dies pretty fast, as far as I know. I understand this one has... What? What am I doing? Electro to hit component? Electro? I don't... what Electro? What component? What?
Rain outlines your fate.
Where did you get Dendro? Who's dealing Dendro damage? It's not even dealing damage to me. Okay, this guy is supposed to be fought with. What's going on?
As a dutiful maid would. Someone needs.
What am I doing? Force invincibility. I mean, I deal damage. Some damage. What the hell is going on? Okay, so this is supposed to be fought with Electra. I don't know. I think I will be able to kill it without Electra. I should be able to.
As a good knight should. Steady as stone.
I totally am able, but will I be able this time? That's a different question. I'm dealing damage. I think I should kill it this rotation, otherwise I won't have enough time. No! 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 Okay, let's try again. Yeah, I can totally kill it even without Electra, if I have enough time. I mean, I do have more than enough time. The first part being so fast. Please. Press buttons.
This is long overdue.
In the Algania's ult, I think I should be able to kill them. Yeah, yeah, about the same time. Okay.
Rain outlines your fate. Win. Busted. Game's up. Fun's over.
I must leave no.
I remember. That's weird. It disappears almost instantly. I mean, okay, it resets back exactly at the rotation, so it's not a big deal. It's just weird. Well, I guess I should have fought this boss more. I just tried fighting a few times. I think you need this boss for Candace. And I'm going to build Candace eventually. Why it disappears faster now? Oh, I can start typing faster. Oh, okay. You can't tell me I can't kill you. Last time I almost killed you. This is supposed to be hit with the lecture, right? That's why it takes so long. Okay. Where is it? Here you are. It's not invincible, it's good. Like, it takes time, but for this time I can just set up my my supports, so it's good. Something deals damage with Electra, I have no idea, but well... Okay. Yeah. This is totally more than possible. I like this abyss a lot more. It's not, like... It's as it should be. It's somewhat a challenge, but nothing insanely hard. It needs to be a challenge when you are playing not meta teams, and be like a walk in the park when you do play your team. Kind of like here, even if it doesn't have the teams you need. Okay, maybe this one will give me elemental mastery. Oh, I hope. No. I need the Gilded Dreams. No, I don't need Sense. I have 2 already. I need Circlet or Goblet, Gilded Dreams, and Elemental Mastery. Please. I can probably lock it for now. That's Sense, but HP, crit damage, I think I can keep it as well if somebody needs it. I can actually build on this set. I can build Hurawa. It'll be better. I'm not sure if it's better than Shimenawa, but it's totally better than Crimson Witch. Nothing. I mean, maybe it's not a lot better, but it's better because you can farm this set easily. And Crimson Witch, you are getting Lava Walker, even if you don't need it. Okay, I'm actually really close to another wish. Is there a weekly mission I can do? Oh yeah, there totally is. Forge items. Hook things. How did I level up 3 levels? I completed a weekly and completed, well, earned 12 stars in Abyss, I think. Oh. I'm cooking this dish because you can buy both things. It's one of the only dishes that you can buy ingredients for. All ingredients. Not so long ago I realized that you can actually buy wheat. I didn't even know about it. You know what? I remember about... I remembered about it and it's on cooldown. Wagner, my boy, hello. Yeah. I need to craft, well, craftable weapons. They're not like insanely good, but they're not bad. This thing is good for, I don't know, if I ever get Keqing and build Keqing on Hyperbloom, I actually think Keqing will either be Aggravate Keqing seems better. Aggravate will probably have a main character. Hyperbloom doesn't. Hyperbloom doesn't crit, so I think it doesn't at least. So it's full elemental mastery. I don't want to build Keqing on full elemental mastery. I want to build on full elemental mastery support. Not even Raiden. Like Cookie or somebody like that. So I probably won't. But Aggravate, it's still good for Aggravate. What's this thing? It's also, but who? This could be used for Dory, but Dory is bad. This is what I was talking about. I think I wanna give this to Sunling. It'll be 165 elemental mastery and, you know, increase the damage of elemental skill. Wow. Guava will deal more damage. And yeah, provide you some energy charge. I think it should be enough. Also for... This is a weird thing. This is the only one that is not connect. Oh, and this one. Yeah, it doesn't connect. But as far as I saw, I don't need any of those right now. But when I will build more characters, I'll consider. That's it. And we'll go obtain another one by leveling up Cookie. I've got an amount of books. This book should be enough to level up at least 2 characters to level... Yeah, sure. To level 80 out of 90, or maybe even 3.
I have an intermediate.
Not exactly this, but I already spent some on this too. The 50 or 60 and 60 out of 60. Close. Wait, is Cookie... Why is she still... Ah, because it didn't update, okay. We'll see. I know where to collect Nakovid. Not a lot of it, but, you know, I think I should be able to find 6... No, it's not 6, 4. Also, maybe no, I didn't grow any of them. In the Serendipity. Need to visit it. Okay, that's the right team. Yep, 1. I farmed this thing only for Yelan. Nobody else. I'm not sure if anybody else besides Cookie and Yelan even need this. Wait, why the hell Cookie needs that? Aren't they supposed to be like of the same... Sorry, of the same region? Cookie looks very weird without her mask, not gonna lie. Her face, she looks like a teenager girl, but her face doesn't look like... She looks kind of like Yaya. It feels weird, but it is the thing.
Born of ice and frost.
I can probably kill this Rune Serpent if I have ults. Am I supposed to like break this? What am I supposed to do? How do I regain my energy? What am I supposed to... Okay. Not gonna lie, that's one of the stupidest mechanics they could have added. Hey, hello, Dead Luke. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. You haven't been streaming for a long. How did it go? Were I streaming Genshin? Run out of content and I was getting hungry, so here I am. Yeah. I'm glad that Genshin right now is releasing a lot of content. Like, since the summer release, I have a lot of stuff to do, really. Also, you're right in time. I'm about to do 2 pulls, and I'm already at soft PD. So maybe C4 Chi-Chi. Still not having half of the standard banner characters. Yep, Genshin and got right into hit 250. Wow, congrats! I can't do that. Maybe I did something wrong, but it feels like 200,000 is a cap for me. Did run Samara a long time ago. Well, I can't do that. I only... Well, sometimes I play Genshin off stream. That's not the thing. But...
Time to go.
Not a lot. I just don't have a lot of time lately. Sad, but yeah. I don't do a lot of exploring. I collect Oculuses off stream. But other than that, anything on stream.
Time to go.
You know, I will eventually run out of things to do, right? In between updates. So I might as well just start doing not as engaging stuff right now. Is it here where I can find more Nakovid? I need like 3 more. I really thought there are more in Shrine than 1. Well, I'm gonna be heading to eat now. Have a great summer. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great meal. I really hope I get catching. Well, first of all, I really hope I get something. I don't want to wait all the way to hard pity, which is not really likely to happen, but it might go all the way to like 80 or 80 something even. And I want to get catching the most, then Tainari, then Diluc is okay-ish, then any dupe, but Chi-Chi, and then Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi is the least wanted. Like, I have nothing against Chi-Chi. I just don't need so many Chi-Chis. Like, fine. Like, I can take some. I can take one Chi-Chi. I can take second Chi-Chi, but not 4 of them. Give me something else. My last 3 lost 50/50s. Not my last 3 characters I got. I don't remember from where. If I got a Chi-Chi from Standard Banner, but my last 3 characters were Chi-Chi from Standard Banner, and I can't take it. I used to have 0 Chi-Chis, and then I got 4 of them in a row. 3 of them, and 1 apart from them. I got Chi-Chi, I got something else, and I got 3 Chi-Chis. I can't. Oh, I got Mon, I think, in between. Okay, so let's take a look. I think I'm at 75 or at 76. That's 60, 65, 70, 75. Yeah, I'm exactly at 75. 76. Nope. Bless RNG, 77. Ah! No, my... Where is my character? Is there a way to get another one? There is... I can't explore. I need too much for exploring to upgrade 3. I'll get 1, I think, when I level up my AR, but this is not gonna happen anytime soon. No, I need to wait more. That's a bummer. What the hell? The fastest I will get probably will monthly reset, but it's now 20 days. 1. I'm pretty close. I'm like a... Yeah. I'm getting 2,500 per day, so it's like 10 days. I'll get the rest from exploring and stuff, from quests. So 10 days. What the hell? Like, I feel such an urge to go buy like few wishes, but I really don't want to. Nilo is coming soon, and I know we must focus. We must stay strong. Must stay focused. Nilo is coming very soon. Very soon. Stay strong, guys. Stay strong for Nilo. I can maybe upgrade somebody else. But there isn't a single one who I have a lot of... Like, boss materials is the only issue. I don't want to spend condensed... fragile resin on them. Imagine if you could, instead of fragile resin, or together with fragile resin, you could have bought like 1 wish per week in Serentia pot. So many people would start doing Serentia pots. Like, one a week is not a lot. It doesn't seem like... But it's like 53 per year. It's like 4 or 5 wishes. It's another 3 wishes. That would be great, actually. Wow. Yeah, I don't think I have any materials I need. I have some here and there, but not enough. I need 6 of certain one to upgrade. I'll have 6 of these, but it's only for Eugene, and she's already. You know what? Let's go to Serenity Pod, collect anything that's there. It will be ending here. Well, such a shame. I was almost sure we'll get a 5-star today. I'm so excited. What if it's Kitching? I'll be so happy. It's 1 in 6 chance. 2 out of 6 to get interesting character if I get Tainari. The look is just better because somebody has a bonus here? Wow. Thank you. What I was talking about? I forgot. Imagine, like, you could have buy this and buy Wish. That would be so much. But whatever. It is what it is.
If you ever
We'll have to accept it. Well, soon we'll get it. But like after 10 days, we'll only get 1 wish.
Time to go.
After 20 days, we'll get 5, and there I'll probably get. Well, it really sucks to have to wait so long. Probably get some here as well if there more events will be out. Alright. Right now I only have 1 that give me 1.5 levels. Oh yeah, it gives you 2 levels. Wow. So yeah, I guess that'll be it for today, guys. That was a bunch of nothing stream, but I did something. I completed Abyss, and that's what most matters. And I completed the event. Right? Yeah, that took so long. Next time I'll probably continue doing quests in desert. We'll see. Hopefully no more Aranara type of quest. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to follow if you don't want to miss any other kind of streams. So next time I'll be streaming on what's the day today? It's Monday. On Tuesday, so tomorrow. You can always check the schedule on the schedule tab or below the stream. You can always also find there a link to my Discord server and YouTube channels. Be sure to check those out. And as always, see you guys next time. Bye bye.